Dang, Eric. Oh, is this thing on? Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Hello there. This is General Kenobi. Hey, this is David from Black Spire Broadcast.
Hey, I'm Todd Freeman, also known as Toad.
Hey guys, Appleton for Collectibles here.
Well, hey, I'm Seth with Rogue Squad Garage.
Hey, it's J2SO.
Hi, I am Mark. Welcome to the Space Runners Lounge.
This is Joel Hossie at Hossie Customs.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Yo, this is Evan the Collector.
Yo, it's your man Flex, and you're watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
Hey, this is Brian from Brian Makes Dioramas, and you're watching the Spice Runners Lounge.
And you are watching the Spice Runners Lounge. And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
And you're watching Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to Spice Runners Lounge.
Join me and together we can rule the galaxy.
And welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge.
Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge, where we hang out and talk dank ferric. I am your host, Eben the Collector, here this week. We got an awesome guest. He's a comic book artist. He probably is the smartest guy on the Vader helmet on planet Earth. It is Juan Fernandez in the lounge tonight with us.
Thank you so much for coming on. This is awesome.
No, thank you guys for having me.
Hell yes, man. We're so excited to talk to you, hear about your story, you know, how you became a comic book artist and how you got into the Vader stuff. So we'll get into that after we say hello to everybody. So welcome again, Juan. Appreciate you being here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we got Jeff in the house. Welcome back, Jeff. How you doing, man?
I'm here. Good times,
I thought you were going to wear something else.
Oh, yeah. It's Halloween special. I'm just practicing.
Oh, so that was just behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scene practice.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Welcome back, dude.
Yeah, man.
Jeff was trying to go as Magic Mike.
I was.
Shirt off. And
it's
he's like, should I shave it or keep it? And we're like, oh, no.
Yeah. Pretty lucky. You guys are pretty lucky. You got a little preview.
All I can say is it's really cold where he is.
Welcome back, Jeff. Good to see you again. So below Jeff, we got Brian Makes Diorama. Welcome back, Brian.
Hey, thanks.
Brian.
How are you guys?
Good, man. I think it's already snowing in Minnesota, ain't it?
It is 48 degrees.
Oh, no.
And it has rained for the last 24 hours.
Jeez. No, thank you.
Isn't that a boy band, 48 Degrees?
Something like that, yeah.
You would know.
The older version, yeah.
Welcome back, Brian. And from an undisclosed location somewhere in Oregon or wherever you're at, Washington. Where you at this week, Joel?
I'm in Spokane, Washington.
Spokane, okay.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to Washington first week in November.
Oh, cool. Where at?
I don't know.
Oh.
We'll talk later.
You're somewhere. He's sleeping on your couch.
So Joel's on the road doing toy shows. So that's why you don't see all the awesome stuff behind him. He just has a plain background.
It's just Joel the Awesome. That's what we're going to call you.
But thanks for making it on the show tonight, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You've got a lot of wall space back there. You could do one of your murals while you're in the hotel room.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if they pay me for it.
I'm not going to get your deposit back. All right, welcome back, Joe. So next to Joe, we got Scott Berry, Scotty Keys.
Hello. How are you? Yes, exactly, right? Fun days.
You're a feisty little one.
Where's my Santino?
Well, we'll get to the chat.
He's around.
Yeah, I think he's there or he's going to be later.
All I got to say is I am so thankful for Friday. I'm so thankful this week is over. I am dying for my wife to get through her week because it's been a hell of a week too. I know everybody's been going through stuff, but thank God it's Friday. Let's have some fun.
TGI?
Yeah, it's been a busy week.
Yeah.
And then below everybody, it's Do Back Deliveries, a.k.a. Jason. Welcome back, Jason.
Everybody.
His room's coming along.
Yeah, adding stuff in.
Getting there. Man. Slowly but surely.
He's got the glasses on tonight, so that means he's serious.
It's Clark Kent. Clark Kent in it.
Exactly. It's exactly what I was thinking.
And then J2SO's out tonight. He's at a concert, I think. He got tickets to Taylor Swift, so he's out there doing that.
Doing some Swifty.
Yeah.
I knew he was a closet Swifty.
Rubbing elbows with Kelsey.
He's gonna be so pissed when he hears that.
Oh, I know. Fuck you, man. I wasn't watching Taylor Swift. I was watching some metal punk guy.
There will be bad blood.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, we'll miss it tonight, J2SO. Hopefully you have fun with the wife.
Absolutely.
So let's say it's hi to everybody in the chat real quick. Let's see what we got here. Justin Jacobs, 4 hours early.
Justin.
Holy crap.
Justin.
You got Rosa, 2 hours early.
Hey, Rosa.
Rosa. JMC collects. Man, all these guys are early. They're anxious.
Yeah.
Wow.
So JMC collects him and Jedi Niner, Elijah Flex, Old Tom Solo, and Brett from Collecting with Cole. But start a new show Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So check that out.
Sunday.
Awesome. This Sunday, the time is finally here. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I got done with the intro. It looks badass. I'm really stoked with all the footage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Izzy 67 in the house. He got his beer ready. He's good to go. Nice.
Hey.
Brian playing double duty. I was saying hi to people there playing double duty.
Yeah. Evan said duty.
The duty.
Twice.
Twice.
Sergio in the station with all the type A's there. So, you should play it on the TV, sir. All the operators can hear you. So he works in the Miami-Dade fire department. So so he had to work tonight. So he's watching us from his phone.
Nice.
He's probably missing somebody who fell and can't get up.
I know, right? Happy Friday the 13th to you too. We got Dan from DMD in the house. What's up, Dan?
Dan. What's up, man?
It's like Juan, buddy.
Hey, Dan. There he is. Haven't seen Dan for a while.
Yeah, Pat's fan. What's up, Pat's fan? How you doing, man? And I think I saw a super chat somewhere down there, so we'll get to it, man. I haven't forgot it.
Pat fan is one of the most generous dudes when he's on these streams.
Man.
Jeff actually met him.
Yeah, he's in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Me and him, the only Star Wars geeks in New Hampshire.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
That's great.
Matt Hess.
What's up, dude?
What's up, Matt?
And Matt pre-ordered the Jazz Diorama Starfighter.
Yes, Matt, much respect. I want to know where you're going to put that because I don't think you even know where you're going to put it right now.
Yeah.
It's going to go in the bathroom, dude. There's room in there.
Dude, that thing is massive.
I put it in the bathroom. The house is going to get burned down.
Yeah.
That's funny. You got Kaz, formerly MKaz, in the house. What's up, dude?
Hey, Kaz.
Hey.
Flex, Elijah.
Flex.
Rogue 5 Cantina. There we go. Chris Elliott in the house. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
You got Xena 5151.
Hello, Xena.
Every time I see her name, I want to say 5150, but I know it's not 5150.
I know. 5150 means crazy or Van Halen, right?
Jason Nemiroff. What's up, dude? Takes a seat at the lounge. That's funny.
What's up, Jason?
Sean still in the house. What's up, dude?
Hello.
Hey, Sean.
Uh-oh, we got the other Barry in the house. Janine.
My one and only.
Shane Wessel. How you doing, dude?
Hey, Shane.
He's like, have you seen my baseball? Franken beans.
Franken. How did you get the beans above the Frank?
Go real slow. Take the train track off the. We got the leader.
Got our friend Diane in the house, aka Crystal Odyssey. What's up, Crystal? Crystal, aka Diana. She got 2 names. Let's see. Duffman Dioramas, what's up?
Duffman.
It's my favorite picture.
And Dan, here he comes. $4.99. Thank you, Pat's fan. You're so generous, dude.
Thank you.
Yep. So thank you, Pat's fan, for that. We like you. The monkeys will be doing the show for you, the peanut show. So, little peanut, the peanut gallery.
That was the best.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Dirge Designs. Let's see. What's up, Dirge? How you doing, dude?
That's right. It's the 13th, right?
Got Jose in the house. Got Matt's collection in the house.
Hey, Matt.
I can't stop thinking about peanuts now.
We got Rex from the Millennium Workshop.
Hey, Rex.
And I forgot to set up my Facebook to see he's on Facebook. So give me 1 second.
We have an FU, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
We have an FU user. Who wants to bet it's Tyler Berry?
It's probably Tyler. Hi, Tyler.
Oh, no, it's actually Izzy Mel.
Hey, Izzy.
Hey, Izzy.
What's up, Izzy? How you doing, dude? Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, Dewback. He said his stomach is off and he had something spicy. Oh, boy. TMI.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you need to jet, just do it, man. Don't announce it. Just leave.
Do it.
Nice runners.
DEW it.
Diorama.
Yeah.
You got some helmets behind you.
Michael
Yeah.
House.
Michael.
Andy
Hey,
Myers.
Andy.
Alumni from Stan Studios. So who else we got in here? A lot of folks in here, a lot of conversations. Thank you for that. Badman, what's up, OJ? How you doing? Uh-oh. Hello there. General Kenobi's bunker.
Hey, look,
Hey,
General.
what's up?
Oh, I got the General Kenobi bunker. Yep. I use that for coffee every morning.
Drinking with the general.
Yeah.
Check General Kenobi out on social media every day of the week, English and Spanish. You'll see him doing something.
Yeah.
So follow him on YouTube, General Kenobi's bunker.
Does a great job.
What's up,
Hey,
Enzo?
Scott, Janine Berry got my gummies and vodka. Okay, Enzo, good for you. Good for you.
Gummies
Be an
and
interesting
vodka.
evening. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have a good night, dude. Uh-oh.
You got
More peanut gallery.
What?
The peanut gallery.
What? Thank you, Janine.
Thank you, Janine. Much generous.
Thank you. My gosh.
Go follow Janine on social
Yes,
media,
exactly.
Jedi Niner, and also follow her on Rogue 5 Cantina. If you're not part of the group, let us know. We'll send you an invite.
All right, Crystal.
Got
That
Joe
works.
Hazy in the house. And then is this another super chat? Oh my God.
Wow, jeez. Okay,
He said,
dance.
okay, dance.
Yeah. It's the monkey dance.
Gotta be like really stiff, yeah. Dance, monkey, dance.
That's funny. Thanks, man. Appreciate the super chat.
Can you see my
Space
pants?
Yeah.
And then Joe is back. What's up, Joe? All
Hey,
right,
Joe,
I think
so
he said
did-
hi to everybody.
Did you guys all heard about it? I don't know if you were in the chat, but we actually got what happened last episode
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
with
Peter
Space
Dinklage-
Pants.
Peter Dinklage filed a grievance against Evan. And,
SNL took down
yeah.
my our episode. So I had right after our show, it was like 1 a.m. I got the email and I was like, damn it. So I got out of bed, re-edited, cut out the Space Pants stuff out and re-uploaded it. So the viewers had it in the morning to watch.
Yeah.
Our European friends, because there's a lot of people that watch it for breakfast over there.
Space, see? Everybody remembers
Too
Space
much-
Pants
too much
was
Space
awesome.
That was
If you were
such
here
some
live,
yes.
you caught the best thing. If you weren't, sorry.
Yeah,
The best thing
Facebook
to know is
Facebook has it though.
Yeah, it's also Joel's Halloween costume this year, so if nothing else,
Yeah,
that's what we got
right.
out of it.
Maybe.
Yeah, he said SNL doesn't
Exactly.
fuck around. Yeah, true,
No.
true, dude. I didn't realize that. Yeah, but the full version is in the Facebook group. Facebook is a little bit more lenient about stuff like that, but YouTube is not. So they got flagged right away and
Heaven
taken down.
forbid that you promote their show for a skit that's probably been long forgotten at this
Oh
point.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It wasn't like we were trashing it or anything.
No. I mean, you could
I
try.
was loving
You
it.
could try to use
Yeah.
the speed option and speed it up or speed it down just a little bit because
Right.
that may trick it. Because it's the algorithm just looking for matching stuff. That's all it's
Yeah.
doing. So as it
Yes.
finds it locks it up.
Yep. So welcome everybody. I think we got through the chat. So thank you all. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being here. Thanks for all the conversations. So let's just jump over to Juan. Let's hear his story.
Oh yeah.
So we'll hear a story. We'll talk about, the comic book stuff. We'll talk about the Vader stuff. And then afterwards, we'll do a question and answer session. That way, if folks have questions about his career or his side gig with the Vader stuff, we'll ask it later.
You guys are in for a treat. One amazing dude right there and what he
So-
does and part of. So
Come on,
I
you
guess
making butter, man.
I'll kick it off and I'll just ask the first question, I guess, is more high level. So Juan, tell us about yourself. Tell us what you do and what got you into the comics, and then we'll save the Vader stuff for the next part.
Oh man, where to start? Well, pretty much like all you guys, I grew up loving Star Wars. I remember seeing Star Wars for the first time in a tube TV, where I thought that the stormtroopers were like made out of a yellow armor because it looked so yellow. That's how old the print was.
That's funny.
yeah, TV was really old, or something else was going on in that house.
But man, like just seeing that image of Vader coming out and in the opening scene, ever since I saw that, I was hooked. And then growing up, started out buying toys, collecting the toys. And then in the 90s, when Don Post came out with the helmets, and I saw that it was possible to have something that looked exactly like what you were seeing on screen, that was it for me. I was hooked on props. Thanks to my big brother, I was always into comic books and always into art, and made a career out of it. And I'm very grateful. The universe made things work for me, and now I get to do comic books for Star Wars. So it's like both of my passions, finally crossed over, and here I am.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what? So since this is a Star Wars show, have you worked on any Star Wars covers or comics that we know?
Yes. In the past couple of years, I've been doing a lot of covers for all the new comic books coming out, especially for Mandalorian. The Mandalorian comic book adaptations have a bunch of covers.
Nice.
Right now, I'm working on all the. There's this new thing called Dark Droids. I don't know if people that buy comic books are probably into it.
That's a cool one.
So I'm doing a lot of the variant covers for all the Dark Droids tie-ins. But yeah, man, it's a good book. It's a lot, so I can't even remember right now which books I've worked on. And a lot of times, like the editors, they don't even tell me like the titles of the books. They tell me really? We want this character doing this, and we just go forward with it.
Right.
So they don't give you the plot line or anything to kind of give you a sense of what the story composition should be.
It depends, if when I'm doing interiors, when I work on the storyline, then of course I get the script. But a lot of times when it comes to covers, they give me the character that they want and what's going on, and that's it. A lot of times I don't know what's happening inside of the book.
Wow. Hey, Logan.
What's up, Logan?
That's interesting because usually, I mean, back in the day, it was kind of like it was a prequel to the interior story. You get a little bit of a pin-up or something.
They do give me like a. You also got to keep in mind that I work in teams, so I work with all the Marvel stuff that I'm doing. I do with another artist called Ashley. He does all the line art. So a lot of times, if there's like a more in-depth description of what's happening, he's going to be the one getting the description of the scene. He does all the line art, gets sent to me, and I do all the digital paints over it, make it look flashy, and I add all the effects and all the paint work.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of times we just get a list of characters and what's going on, and if it's a brand new story, if it's like a new series, they could tell us the name of the series, but we don't really know what's going on. Like when I heard about the Dark Droid stuff, I didn't know what the Dark Droid story was going to be about. But they just gave us like a bunch of names of cool characters from Star Wars and which droids are going to be fighting against in that cover, and away we go.
It works.
So do you do all the variant covers, or do you guys share the variant covers?
The way I'm working with Marvel right now, it's very random. Like there was a couple of series we just did the what's it called, Sana Staros, is that her name?
Yeah,
the
Star Wars one. Yeah.
That's a new character. We did her entire run. So we did all those covers for sure, but then there's other series where we'll do a couple issues, then we don't do it, and then I do a couple other issues, like for Mandalorian, for the comic book adaptation. I did like 1 and 2, and then for number 3 I didn't do a cover, and then on number 4 I did a cover. So it's very random with them.
Huh?
You do this one?
No, that one's not mine.
Put it away, Brian.
He's got more. He's got more.
Yeah.
Just give him
I've got a whole box.
I'm pulling the box out.
So did you do this one? Did you
Way to prepare, Brian.
It should have his name on it.
I was going to say this is part of our creative crew that sits here with us when they come up with the words of the night and they put it in a sentence. I only have one Vader helmet so far. Wish I had more. I could just sit back and marvel at them. At the double hit. Thank you, Kaz.
For Santino tonight? What's going on here?
Santino says it's probably going to be late tonight.
Juan, do you when you draw a cover, do you get again, we don't talk numbers, but like, do you get a flat rate, or do you get, like, if it sells more, do they give you like a bonus?
Oh, what? I wish.
Yeah.
Like the way the business works. For big companies like Marvel and DC, they have flat rates for freelance artists. Because right now I'm considered freelance, so I have the ability to work for any company that I want to. Like,
nice.
That's cool.
Because I'm not under contract exclusively with anyone. So they have flat rates for freelancers, but if you get an exclusive contract, that's where you negotiate how much you're going to get.
Cool. Royalties? That's
now,
basically
but
what it is, or
that's
is
the
it
thing.
commission? Yeah.
Marvel does pay royalties, but only if I work in the interiors of the book.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
If I only do covers, I don't get any extra pay for that. But when I do the interior work, when I'm working on the story, usually they pay me for the work that I do right now, and then a year later, when all the sales are added up, every artist in the book gets a percentage of the royalties.
Oh wow!
Got it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Juan, how did you get your foot in the door in the business? We understand your inspiration for Star Wars, but how did you get into the industry of comics?
Right. Well, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and right now I'm in Puerto Rico. I came back.
Oh, nice.
But I moved to Florida to finish college. I started out studying architecture, but I realized that I didn't like mixing math and art. So I was like, I want to study art completely. So I went to Florida to study animation. And while I was in school, I noticed, obviously I'm in an art school, there was a lot of guys that were into comic books. So I started out a student organization where we made our own comic books. And we started getting invited to different events to show our work. And at one of those events, they had a Marvel comic book artist invited. And he saw my work and he offered me a job on the spot.
Wow. That's cool.
That was a bit of luck because not everybody gets that lucky.
No, it's not that.
Before that, I used to go to like every convention that I could go to, like New York Comic Con, all the Wizard World conventions they did back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I would bring my portfolio to a lot of those cons, not really looking for a job, just trying to get some feedback. And then at that one show where I got the job, I didn't even have my portfolio because I didn't go there looking for a job. The thing is that I was working with this other guy, we were doing a book together, and he brought his portfolio, and in his portfolio, he had some of my work.
Okay.
Because we were working together, obviously. So when the artist saw the pages that I had worked on, he's like, "Oh wait, who did this?" And everyone pointed at me, and he's like on the spot. He was like, "Would you like to work with me?" And I was like, "Oh, for sure, please."
Wow.
So that's where it all started. From there, it's been 17 years now, and from there, it has never stopped. It's
awesome.
It's been an awesome ride.
So one more question. I'll stop hogging. But did you?
Yeah, because we got.
I don't know. Did you always intend to be a colorist, or did you want to be a penciler or an inker at one point, or was it always colors?
I think everybody wants to be the penciler because they're like the ones that get all the fame and glory.
They're the rock stars, yeah.
And, yeah, they're the rock stars, and they get the bigger paycheck. But I'll tell you what, and this is something that I try to emphasize every time someone, because I get that question a lot. As much as I wanted to be a penciler, I think the colorist position does have its perks and rewards, more personal rewards, because I grew up being such a fanboy of all these comic book artists, and being a colorist, I had the opportunity to work with a ton of artists that were my idols growing up. I mean, not a lot of people can say, "Oh, I worked with Tom McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, George Perez."
Nice, man.
I've had a lot of really big opportunities. Crazy. And it's only because I'm a colorist. Because if I'm a penciler, I don't get the opportunity to work with those idols. You know what I'm saying?
Those aren't rock stars. Those are Hall of Famers.
Oh, those are
right.
Anyone who knows comic books, and even a lot of people that know not necessarily into comic books, they'll know the name Tom McFarlane.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's been a big blessing, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Like that's such a big it's a rewarding in a very personal way. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, admiring someone, and then having the opportunity to work and get published, working together with them. Like not because like you could say, oh, I worked for Todd McFarlane. I can say I worked with Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
I've colored so many of my inspirations. So I wouldn't trade that for the world.
That's incredible.
It's awesome. So we do have a question in the chat.
Yeah, let me grab these. There's just two of them real quick, and then we'll wait, and everybody can ask their questions. But Rosa had asked, Juan, do you decide what to make or do? They tell you what to draw. So she's asking, how much direction do you get when you're doing something?
Well, in my case, because what I'm working with is mostly the colors and the effects. How do I say this? The penciler decides what he's going to do. He gets like a vague description of what they're looking for. I mean, it could go both ways. Sometimes they're really specific with what they want on a cover. And the interiors, it's completely different story, because when we get the script will give you all the details that they're looking for, like what time of day it is, what the mood that they're looking for, like what characters are going to be in there, what's happening. You'll see the dialogue. But at the end of the day, you know, the penciler does have the liberty to draw it the way he envisions it. When it comes to me with the colors, I read the descriptions of in the script, and if there's like a very detailed description for the cover, they'll send it to me. But at the end of the day, as long as I, you know, give them what they're looking for, you know, I get to do it my way. As long as Spider-Man is blue and red, we're good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Juan, what's your software of choice? You said you do this digitally. Is it Photoshop, or what? Is there something proprietary, or?
No, I'm all the way into Photoshop. I'm in Photoshop all day.
That's your jam.
Yeah. I haven't touched the pencil in a long time.
Gotcha. Here's the other question from Durr. She says, what is your favorite Star Wars character to draw and least favorite Star Wars character to draw?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. I like that one.
Obviously, I get really excited whenever I hear or read an email saying that I'm doing a Vader cover.
Yeah! Oh, yeah.
That was coming.
Boba Fett is a very close second. And least favorite, man, that's a tough one, because when it comes to Star Wars, it's such a, how do I say it? It's like to me, it's still an honor to, you know, to get to say I get to work on Star Wars. So I do any character happily, but the ones that frustrate me are the newer characters that I don't know and I can't find reference for them. I read a name and I'm like looking for reference and I can't find them.
So like the
new, a little frustrating.
High Republic characters.
What's that? Yeah,
like
the New
High
Republic
Republic
characters. Those were interesting, and with those, they do get very specific. And nowadays, with the whole diversity subject, I'm sure you've noticed that in all the Star Wars publishing, they're being more inclusive. So you get a lot of darker skinned characters, and they're very specific when I turn the cover in that they want the skin color to, you know, to be darker or lighter.
Yeah. They're prescribing it, right? Yeah.
Instead of whatever you envision it to be. Yeah, you're getting into guidelines. Got it.
Sean Solo can't wait for more Grogu from
Will.
you.
Right?
What's up, Will? How you doing? Oh, that's awesome. So Juan, what's your favorite Star Wars movie, and why is it Phantom Menace?
Come on, man. Obviously, because of Jar Jar.
Yeah. Speaking of which, right there, got to be Jar Jar. Yeah.
No, but for real, what's your favorite movie?
Oh man, that's a tough question, because growing up, I really loved Return of the Jedi, and I think it's because by the time they got to Return of the Jedi, things were so polished that it you know, it was like easier to get excited about as a child. Then a little later on, it was Empire Strikes Back for obvious reasons. And then as I got older, A New Hope became my favorite, you know, because of, you know, the grittiness of it and now that you know how things were made and the backstory, like it's just so amazing to think that they achieved what they achieved with what they had. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They broke so much ground. You know what I'm saying? Movies are what they are today because of that movie, because of A New Hope. So.
Well, and it's
But
like for us that got to see it, that's the first time we saw a lightsaber. That's the first time we saw Vader.
Yeah.
That's the first time we saw TIE fighters and a Death Star. And so that has a special place, in a 7-year-old's heart. Just sits there,
sure.
just got amazing.
But, Empire Strikes Back is like the all-time shocker, man. Like
it is. I agree.
So to me, Empire and A New Hope are right there.
I love A New Hope. That's my all-time favorite. Because it kicks off the story, right? It tells you the story. It's just this journey that you go on with.
It's well put together.
With Luke Skywalker, and you're like, okay, what's his path, And then in Empire, it even grows more, right? You're like, oh my God, he's Vader's son. Like, where'd that come from?
Spoiler alert.
Too soon.
I don't know if we're spoiled now because we've been through all of it, but I don't think the magic that happened in those two movies is ever going to be not recreated, but like that the effect that those movies had, we're never going to have it ever again. Like what they did, like what it
the
caused,
feeling,
and how everyone felt about it. That's never going to happen.
I agree with you, and part of it is because media and content wasn't as ubiquitous as it is now. It's everywhere. You've got overconsumption, overabundance of content. Before, it's like we had to wait for this stuff, and it was special.
Well, and they've also put rules on things now. There are agendas to some of these companies, and they need to follow this or follow that. Whereas back then, it was like, here's a story. Let's do a story.
But you know what kills me about that is we had diversity back then. Okay.
Yeah, we did. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Sorry, I keep kicking that. I was going to bring it up because Andy was asking Juan if you ever worked with Larry Hama.
The great Larry
I have not.
Yeah. Because he says he knows Larry. He's a good friend of his. And he was the chief editor at Marvel back in the 80s.
Yeah. No, but I'm not with Larry.
That's very
Larry's awesome.
I think his focus transitioned to G.I. Joe after a long time, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the architect of that series.
Yeah.
That got me into comics was the G.I. Joe series. I love
Same
that
here,
series.
man.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe and Spider-Man got me into comics.
So David was saying, great answer, probably on that one. Sorry, because I'm a little behind with the questions, but yeah.
Yeah. So
if you're familiar with David Boudreau, he's a really good friend of ours. He's also a great artist, drawer.
That's his art. That's his art in the thumbnail right there,
yeah,
David.
He's the animator for or storyboard animator for was it American Dad?
American Dad, yeah. Worked on Family Guy and a lot of that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
we have a
got
lot of talented people.
I got I was hired as a freelancer doing comic books first, but my first studio job was for an animation studio in Florida, and we did a lot of work with TV commercials, and that was actually the first time I got involved in any Star Wars projects because we did a bunch of animation for, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the video game, but I think wasn't there a game called High Republic?
Yeah, I think it was a video game.
The old Republic, right?
Old Republic, yeah.
Like Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That was back in like the early 2000s, mid 2000s. So I got that was like my first Star Wars gig was doing animation commercials on that game, which was pretty awesome.
That's awesome, man. So let's transition to the helmets.
Oh, sure.
We have a lot of cool things. So
a lot of that.
I know, right? So Juan, should I start on your Instagram or should I start on the pictures you sent me?
Whatever you want to do first.
Let's start with Instagram, and we'll leave the best for last.
Talk about that gold Cylon helmet up there.
Juan sent me some very cool pictures that we're going to talk about here a little bit later. All right, so let's go down his Instagram. So for those that don't follow him, I posted it in the ticker. It's Juan's_props_archive. So he has a lot of cool stuff in here. We'll go through it picture by picture.
I'm still here.
So we'll just start here. Tell us the story, Juan. What happened?
Sorry, I just got very excited. The helmet looks amazing.
Yeah, made Scott click his mouse.
I know, right?
I choked the Jawa. No, that's probably not a good one.
Yeah, so I'll just click on some pictures and just tell us what it is. You know, what does it mean to you?
You're going to see a lot of Vader helmets, and if you look at the descriptions, it'll tell you what Vader helmet it is. For those
Vader.
that are not like, for those of you that are not well versed in Vader, because I know it's a deep rabbit hole, you will notice that they all have like those two initials. Like for instance, this one's the TD, and those two initials refer to the owner of the casting that this came from. In this case, is TD stands for Thomas, but I forget what the D stands for. That's my bad. But Thomas was the owner of the original TD, which was
What's up, George?
production made helmet that was not screen used, but from the original molds made back in the 80s. So what you're seeing here is from a limited run that was made of the TD. There's really not a whole lot of them out there, and I was fortunate enough to find two of them. Because I was not around when the run was made, but I was able to get two of them, and I finished one of them, and that's it right there. I finished one.
So you had the cast, and you painted it and completed it together and everything. Wow, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's like the thing that I do on the side is Vader commissions. A lot of people send me raw castings, and I finish it for them as best as I can to match, the original product.
We're gonna die.
Wow.
Boba Fett, something you were working on?
That's my pre-production Boba Fett. That one, man. Sadly, that project I gave up on it. The helmet's actually right here in the corner, the one with the eyes. I was putting together a mannequin, but I eventually gave up on it because I don't have to.
It's too much work, or the room.
Too many props.
Oh, too many props. Yeah, I hear you, man. I know the feeling.
Jeez, I still almost drank from props from that one episode.
I know, right?
It's like a trigger word.
Yeah.
I was thinking about adding it, and I think you guys would hate me.
Don't trigger Jeff.
No.
So this is a Obi-Wan saber with real props, huh? Real parts.
Real parts, yeah. That's
gorgeous.
From a New Hope with all the real parts.
Wow.
So it's got the balance pipe, it's got the grenade, it's got the Graflex clamp, the calculator, activator bubbles.
So that's original parts.
All the real, real found parts. Yep.
Yeah. That's expensive. That's like crazy expensive now.
That one got really expensive to build at this point because those parts are so hard to find.
Yeah.
I mean, people hunt down those Rolls-Royce engines just to get the parts out of it. They get the IG-88 heads and the balance pipes.
Yeah, the Rolls-Royce. Yeah.
Yep.
And people now know what they are. So they're like, oh, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna $2,000, $1,500,
Yeah. Oh,
10,000.
dude, you have no idea. Like the people that because we're talking about a huge jet engine, Rolls-Royce jet engine. So back in the day, like they weren't as hard to find and not as expensive. But once the people that had those engines realized what these guys were buying them for, the price of the engine started to skyrocket.
Like an engine. Yeah.
No pun intended.
Right. Wow. So casting of Sebastian Stan, or is that a sculpt?
If you look at it, there's
Sebastian Stan is from Winter Soldier.
Oh, I meant Sebastian Shaw. Sorry.
Sebastian Shaw, yeah.
But thank you for correcting me.
That's a casting of a 3D scan of the original life cast of Sebastian Shaw that was made for the makeup appliances.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see that it's got the scar on the cheek.
Yes,
that's very cool.
So this was a scan of the actual casting that was made for the production. They had to. You can't really make a mold out of it because the makeup is on the cast.
Right.
and that's all. What do you call it? Not silicone. That's Jesus Christ.
Latex appliance.
Latex foam.
Like yeah.
And that thing will disintegrate like eventually. And if you try to make a mold out of that, you probably damage it. So they had to 3D scan it, and I was very fortunate to get a copy of the 3D scan.
Wow. That's really cool. That's
very cool.
That's like a unique ass piece.
Yeah. Oh,
and this one.
Oh man, this is a very special piece. Because if you look closely, you'll see that it's got the acrylic cheeks and the.
It's a stunt, right? That's a stunt helmet.
This is the Empire Strikes Back stunt helmet.
So you can see through it.
The person that owns the original Empire Strikes Back stunt helmet allowed it to be scanned.
Wow.
And it was scanned by Mike Warren. A lot of people should know who Mike Warren is.
Yes.
He sells Vader helmets. So he was allowed to scan it, and he made a very short run of super, like, hyper accurate castings. I mean, if you look at it, it's got all the damage. He did a great job with the paint job on it.
So detailed.
Yeah, not a lot of people have this in their collection, so I'm very, very proud of this one. And I love Mike Warren's work. I learned a lot from him, so I'm very proud to have that one.
The one you molded this and then painted it?
No. This one Mike Warren only sold this completed as a finished piece.
Okay.
He did the cast. He did the scanning. He did the. I don't know. I don't think he did the printing because he doesn't do 3D printing. I think he had someone else print the master, and from those masters that were directly from the scans of the original helmet, he made the molds for these copies.
Wow. Yeah. But it's such a. I mean, I didn't find out about this helmet existing until I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago, maybe even sooner. That it was needed because. It was in one of the special things that I learned it because the stunt guy couldn't see out of the helmet, so they had to make those cheek parts as lenses so he could actually see through them.
And the entire neck is made out of acrylic. If you go to the other image of it, you can see the screws on the side holding the.
Oh yeah!
Oh wow!
There's little screws holding that acrylic neck onto it.
Wow. Because that was part of the thought too, with the vent at the bottom of the chin. In A New Hope, it was too small. They made it bigger so that Prowse could also look through it.
He could look down
where he's walking. Yeah.
The thing about the Vader helmet, it's the neck will not allow you to look down because you've got the armor right here and the neck, so it's not flexible at all. So you can't really bend your neck forward. So they made the chin vent a lot bigger so that he could look down with his eyes and he could see where he's stepping.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. You see this one real quick? I'm just going to say this. This is Santino. He's one of our...
You're a feisty little one.
100%. And, but his comment. Okay, who's the guy in the red hat and what are the words of the night? Because I'm thirsty.
Don't mind him. He's Canadian.
This is Juan. This is Santino. He's crazy.
He's one of the admins in the Facebook group. Yep.
Yeah.
So Santino, read the damn description.
Yeah. Don't feel bad, dude.
Read it.
Don't feel bad.
Read what it's all about.
No.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's one of the original. That's an original patch for Empire Strikes Back. The ones that they wore on the jackets.
Nice, man.
Those blue jackets that you see. Yeah.
Real quick, I'm just going to ask this one question. What's the hardest piece that you have in your collection to find? Because obviously you either walk into the right room and they're like, hey, you want one of these? And you're like, yes. Or you have to hunt for this stuff, you know? So what's the hardest one that you found so far? Just out of curiosity. Or is it going to come up and we'll talk about it?
It's definitely going to come up.
Okay.
But it's hard, man, because I don't want you guys to kill me because I don't want to get into the whole lineage thing.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Just come at the studio scale and you're fine.
Yeah.
And man, like the thing is, with when it comes to Vader, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, everybody sees it differently. A lot of the information has been safeguarded. So a lot of those lineage castings, they only show up in very short runs, and they're usually sold amongst friends.
Right.
And that's a good example right there. You got those 3 helmets right there. That's you got the TM for ESB, you got the SL in the middle for A New Hope, and the GS on the other corner for the Return of the Jedi. Those are all lineage castings right there.
Good, Johnny.
Johnny.
And they all have their difficulty. A lot of this is like socializing and gaining people's trust. But yeah, the hardest one, we're gonna talk about that later, and you'll know.
Awesome.
Where does the like secrecy or the holding your cards to your chest come from? Do you think?
Is it partially because the cast, you can only produce so many before the cast itself starts to deteriorate?
I mean, that's gonna happen with every silicone mold that you make. The thing is that the materials that you're making these helmets out of, it's exothermic, so the heat that is being produced when you're casting every piece is slowly going to deteriorate the silicone that your mold is made of. And eventually, because you got to like put your materials in there, like the resin and the fiberglass, and then you pull it out. And eventually the silicone, as it deteriorates, when you start pulling the casting out, is going to start ripping chunks out.
It's gonna pull away from the cast.
You're going to start having you're gonna start getting cracks in the silicone. But that's not the reason why those helmets are made in short runs. Some people are just really exclusive about their stuff, and they want to hold the information secretly for some reason. When I first came into this, I was more about having all this information open to everyone, because it's only fair that if you have a passion for something, you should be able to learn about it.
Right.
Great.
But in order for me to gain the trust of other Vader Vader collectors and casting holders, I have to follow the rules. If I want to own the helmet, I gotta not disclose the information.
And I get that. I guess at what point though does the secrecy jeopardize the knowledge being lost at some point? Because none of us are getting any younger.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's like skull and bones.
I agree. I think that the information should be shared. The problem is, like, and I don't know if I'm going to get too deep into the whole lineage and like rules and all that BS, but
no, as long as you say BS, talk about it. You said that, just talk about it.
Like what people probably don't realize is that in order for those helmets to exist, someone has to own an original one, and those pieces are like ridiculously expensive. The fact that someone who owns an original prop is giving permission for a mold to be made and copies of it to be sold, number one, you're risking your original piece. And number two, you're sharing that piece with a group of people.
Marcel.
So a lot of people do these runs to help alleviate the cost of buying an original prop. But the problem is there's other people that want to profit from it, and that's where we get into the whole recasting thing.
Right.
I get that.
That
makes sense.
If I buy an original prop and it's going to cost me $20,000, and I make a mold out of it, and I let 10 friends have a copy, and I sell it for $1,000 each, I make $10,000 back. But then one of those friends, allows a friend of his to make a mold out of it, and then they're selling it for $500, and they make unlimited copies. You know what I'm saying? Then we have a problem.
We're trying to perpetuate fraud of a screen-used piece, trying to get that into an auction or something, which I know they've talked about with Heritage and Prop Store. Being able to authenticate these sometimes gets to be challenging when you've got a glut of these things in the market.
Yeah, there's always tells. Like it's very hard to fake a prop that's 40 years old and to make it look legitimate, like 100% legitimate. If you go to the prop store, they're gonna know right away. But I know a lot of stories of people that buy props thinking that they are legitimate, production made pieces, and they turn out to be replicas.
yeah.
I've heard a few of those. That sucks when that happens.
Especially when you paid who knows how many hundreds of $1,000s.
Yeah.
And I wanted to tell Santino real quick. He asked, "Who's your favorite sis?" I'm going to answer it. It's your mama. It's your mama, 100%. So there you go.
It's funny.
Move on.
Oh, this is the Master Eddie. Master Eddie. He did a
Master Eddie's.
of the melted Vader helmet.
I did a good job. Yeah.
Who has Master Eddie? Is it Gabe that owns?
I think Gabe
Master
had
Eddie?
one. Yeah.
He had one. He sold it.
I think so.
That's part of the prequel.
He had a few versions of it. This is the V2. I think he did a V3 after this run. But man, his work is amazing.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
What are the pieces below it?
Oh, those are photo multiplier dinodes. Those are the pieces that were used in the original Vader reveal helmet.
Oh yeah. Around the perimeter line, yeah.
I pulled those out from real photo multiplier tubes, which is what they come from.
Jeez. And the pieces behind that in the back corner.
Oh, those two are the lenses that are behind that are inside of the reveal helmet.
Oh wow!
I just didn't have a spot to put the reveal parts, so I put them right there.
That's so cool.
Rosa wants to know who's your favorite Jedi.
Anakin.
Nice.
Good answer.
That was a great answer. Yeah.
New
right?
favorite wall.
Mm-hmm. And Santino, do you think we'll ever see a Vader helmet in a Marvel film? He's got to get all the words together.
Yeah.
There you go. Good job.
I'm already three drinks in, Santino.
3 jinx.
I was trying to say that fast. 3 drinks in.
What's the sketch on the left there?
Hey, Clay.
That's an original Nilo Rodis, the guy who the designer for a lot of the costumes in Return of the Jedi. I think he was the custom designer for Return of the Jedi.
You've got an original? That's an original?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's an original Scout Trooper from Prop Store.
Marker?
Can you? Oh, that's yeah.
I can't zoom in on it because it's Instagram.
Yeah,
I like the.
I can.
I like the Pete and Nilo on the right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I only collect autographs when they're related to props and pieces that I own. So the picture that you see there is Nilo working on the sculpture of the faceplate for the Scout Trooper. That's why you see the clay on the snout.
Such a complicated helmet.
Yeah.
To be able to lift up like that.
You got a pretty good set there because that's Dickie Bears, Pete Renzani, Nilo.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, let me zoom.
Pete's no longer with us.
As far as it goes.
Where'd you go?
No, I just like the display that you have set up too. It's kind of very understated, but very engaging.
It's warmed up.
Yeah, it is cool.
That's as far as it lets me zoom in. Apple, Mac, it doesn't zoom in that much with Instagram.
I zoom in on my own, and that's an RS helmet, which is beautiful.
Yeah, the RS.
Yep, it's nice.
It's all right.
Juan, did you get the Nilo original art from like back when Nilo was doing those first set of signings with like SWAU?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Did you pick that Nilo up from SWAU from some of the original signings, or did you pick it from somewhere else?
Oh no, I picked it up from somewhere else.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, the sketch came from Prop Store.
Prop Store, got it.
Wow.
Prop Store has a lot of goodies in there.
Oh man, the upcoming auction is insane.
Oh yeah, the LA auction. Yeah. The catalog is sick. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing a catalog review next week on this show, so we can see the Anthony Daniels collection.
One, right, for Greg Jean.
That's this weekend. Yep.
Yep, that's this weekend, and then I think the Prop Store one's in London.
Wow.
Yep. It's in November.
They've got
don't outbid me on anything. Don't outbid me.
Sorry, I can't. No promises.
This is beautiful, Juan.
So you used
the actual original one. Yeah.
Yep, nice.
Yeah, that's an original Rolls Royce burner can.
That's cool.
You should know
That's
better
cool.
with Juan's collection at this point. You're like, oh, who made that? Oh, yeah, it's a exact cast off of this or was given to him. I mean, they're authentic pieces. You have a freaking museum there, Juan. You
And
know
he has
that,
David
right?
Prowse in the background.
Right?
Yeah.
He bought his body afterwards.
All right. Real parts, New Hope Saber Trio. Nice.
Oh yeah. The
Graphics.
Probably the other hardest lightsaber in there is the Vader one because the MPP, that flash, is impossible to find. Not a lot of those out there. The Graflex is pretty easy to find, and then you got in the middle. You have the Obi-Wan saber that we were looking at earlier with all the real parts.
It's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow. I just look at these and I'm just
Vader helmet.
This is a commission.
New
right?
Hope. Yeah, New Hope.
I finished earlier this year for a good friend. Yeah, this was a commission that I did for a friend. This is an SL, which is a cast from what they call the U.S. molds, the Rick Baker molds.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Baker made some molds for directly from the screen used a New Hope helmet. They were going to use those molds. Well, they used the molds for making all the touring helmets back in the 78, 79. And this is a copy of a casting that came from those molds.
Wow.
And I did all the
So this is
paint job and
direct,
everything.
direct from that mold. Now, out of curiosity, I don't know if you can answer this. You know, EFX is saying with the PCR helmets, and what they did was a casting off of a Rick Baker mold, correct?
Yep.
So it'd be the same.
There's this
Well,
scandal.
If you look, here's the thing. Like, yes, the information EFX gives you is absolutely legitimate, but there's it's like what they're saying is right, but it's what they're not telling you is like what they're leaving out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for obvious reasons. It's for marketing. Because if you look at this casting, you can tell that the surfaces are very rough. There's a lot of texture. You're not going to get that in the PCR. A PCR
Oh, of course.
does have lineage.
Yeah.
It does have lineage, but it's more the overall shape of the helmet. Because if you look at it, it's very cleaned up. It's very smooth. And, you know, that's the way a lot of people envision Vader. And that's fine, you know. But if you look at this one, you get all the warts and all the crustiness of the original prop.
The handmadeness of it, right?
Yeah,
It's wonky and everything else. Yep. But that's one thing I got to say, at least with the PCR, is that it does have that wonkiness. I still love it because it looks like Vader to me. But at the time, I mean, I said Vader. I said it again. You know, like the legend that they had done, that they had painted. It did. I don't know if it actually had this texture and this feel. It was painted to kind of look like that. But those went for a lot more, and those were not available. You know, when I was coming into it. Yeah. This, you can just see it. This is a work of art. I mean, it's a work of art. There's no question.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of random parts.
Get this one.
But,
there you go.
But you can see the photo multiplier tube that we were talking about earlier. If you look at the Graflex flash in front of it, there's like a glass tube with a bunch of slots in it. That one. That's where I got all those little filters from.
Oh, cool.
Right. Yeah.
So you got to break one of those suckers up open to get all those little filters out.
Wow.
Man.
That's cool.
Well, it's like with a lot of the props, you got to hand it to Roger, right? That he had his hands or did things. I'm going to put this with this and this with that, and at the speed he had to do it in. He didn't have 8 months to figure out, this is how I'm going to put a lightsaber together, you know?
Right.
But the stuff that he came up with, and it's so hard to figure this stuff out, but the guys that do, like yourself and other people that I'm sure you're very close with, oh, yeah, dude, it's in this. You just have to break it or crack it or do whatever, and then there it is. And it's like, wow. It boggles my mind. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You know, they must have
saber, right?
They just brought a bunch of junk in and they were like, take it all apart, and then they look at it on a table and they're like, okay, cool, like that can add
We
this.
go to like surplus stores in the UK and just look for whatever they could see. They could make something interesting out of it, and they would just buy it in bulk and put it together. It's the ingenuity of like the times, Like nowadays we're so spoiled with computers. We can like 3D model whatever we want, or 3D print something if you need it.
It's like we've had him on the show, like Kelly, right, with props and villainy. Like he does, like he'll take like he's doing the modernized of it, but he's taking like a PVC pipe and like an orange juice can, and then he sprays it and stuff and puts it on a wall, and you're like, damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that's more or less what they were doing back then.
Yeah, exactly.
What's available? Let's use this. Let's use that. Let's use this. Throw it.
What is the tip? The black tip where the blade comes out. What is that?
Is that on the mom saber? The tip?
It's not a rock.
It's not a rock.
No rocks.
It's not your mom.
But what's that? Where does that come from?
Part of the MPP.
The Vader sabers that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, the emitter on the front.
Yeah,
that's part of the flash. That's part of the actual flash. That's where the reflective. What do you call it?
The dish,
the dome,
the
dish.
That's where it sits.
Okay.
If you look at that picture, you can see holes on the what would be facing up. That's where the two little rods would hold the dish.
Okay.
And that's why it's got that cut so that the dish can sit right on it, and then the light bulb goes in the middle.
Okay.
Like you see the graphics right there. It's very similar.
What I like about the assemblages that you have is they're not clean, right? They're kind of marred. You got scuffs in there because nobody would pick that up in the regular filming in the original trilogy. Like these things were rough. They weren't perfect.
All the parts are beat up. All of them are beat up.
Brian did just marvel at it too.
Hilarious.
Oh,
not that.
Like Marcel said, hashtag mom saver, never forget.
Oh man, look at that. Look at this bad boy.
So
oh my God.
For Juan, one night, we had a couple of drinks, and Brian just got up. He's like, I need to get my mom, and we're like, what?
He's talking about the Magic of Myth saber,
Saber.
Goes, I want to get my mom. He goes, I just printed out this. I just printed out the chassis, and I'm gonna stick it inside her.
He said, I just printed this inside the mom.
Yeah. We lost it. It was over at that point. Yeah. It gets stupid here. Sometimes we're 12-year-olds. I'm just going to tell you right now. We're definitely 12.
Well, that's what the hobby's all about, is never growing up, right? Keeping the kid inside of you excited.
Yeah.
So tell us about this Vader bust or life size you got here.
That's my Vader 1-to-1 replica with like as many lineage parts as I could put on it.
Nice, man.
I know that word is frowned upon here.
No. I think we've all let it go. Yeah.
I've never been bad with it.
But the helmet is a TM. The chest armor is an L3 chest armor, and the chest box is also cast from the screen used chest box.
Wow, nice.
Then the belt I did all the parts for the belt myself. But yeah, that's one of my pride and joys right there, my full size Vader.
But it's like, that story, you have a lot of pride in that because you know what it is and you're into it. Some people are like, hey, I just want it to look like Vader, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you ever, even if you're just sharing this with somebody, or let's say you get to that point where you were going to sell it, yeah, that can mean a lot to a lot of people. I mean, I'm impressed, dude. I'm really impressed. It's like, oh, now I understand why you're asking $185,000 for it, or whatever it is. It makes sense that these things are direct pieces. So I get that with the lineage, but as far as, you didn't buy a lineage piece, we don't care about. We don't care about.
Thank you, Diamond Fig.
Super chat.
Oh, thank you. Rough.
Thank you, Diamond Figs. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. Said, I take a saber made out of a bottle of baby aspirin and a plunger if it looks screen accurate, just like George's.
Right?
That's a good
idea.
That is awesome.
Nailed it.
That's awesome. Appreciate it, man.
Peanuts.
All right. Dance, monkey, dance.
So Juan, how long have you been assembling this collection? Like over what period of time?
That's a tough question because technically I've been collecting props since the mid-90s. But when I went off to college, I stopped.
Your mom threw them all away?
No, she was nice about it. She kept them in my room. But no, when I was finishing college, I kind of gave it a break. And then after college, I started buying again.
Yeah.
So technically, since the mid '90s, when Don Poe started coming out with all the deluxe stuff, all the fiberglass helmets that they were offering, when I saw that they were offering that Vader helmet, like that was it for me. I was hooked.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, you got another one, Dance Monkey.
No.
Your buttons are real quiet.
I turned it down for one.
There we go. That's a little better.
So
I didn't want to
So
step
Juan,
on
do
him
you-
while he was talking.
I know we're still going through pictures, but like, so what do you think of like the most recent like Ralph McQuarrie like concept Vader helmets?
Thank you, Z.
Oh, those are badass. I love those. I've had a couple of them in my collection over the years. But those come and go in my collection. I'm still looking for the perfect one. And I've seen there's someone selling I think it's Skunk Works.
Yeah.
Skunk Works, yep.
Skunk, I think they actually sell it direct.
Well, they did. It was a pre-order. It's ran out quick.
Oh, it's done.
I was gonna ask, like, did he do a pre-order for that?
Yeah, it was the last year, and I think they're barely shipping them out this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I speak
quick.
to him every now and again, but it's been a while. When he first showed the pictures on Instagram, I told him I wanted one, but
I was so late for it. I was so late. I wanted one of those so bad, and it was closed already, the pre-order.
the pictures that I saw from his, they're like spot on. And the one that EFX put out, that one was amazing as well, but that one got really expensive really quick.
Stupid
So,
expensive.
Where do you think that? So I'm curious because I have one of the Ralph McQuarries that somebody did off Etsy. So what are the things that you look for in the Ralph McQuarrie, like that's a little off, or like is it the size? Is it?
I don't want to say it because then people are not going to look at their helmets the same way again. And I don't
Well,
want to
it's information, right? I mean,
well, here's the thing. Like, I think one of the things that didn't look right from the first few versions that people offered in groups and in the forums, and I think it was mostly due to the size of the 3D printers. I think some of the domes were made a little too small. Like if you've ever had a Vader helmet, the dome's pretty big. And if you look at Ralph McQuarrie's drawings and paintings, you can tell that that's what they were going for. And out of the few that I've owned, like my biggest pet peeve was the size of the dome felt too small.
Got it.
That's what she said. But yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean,
let me address the super chat real quick.
Yeah. Dance, monkey, dance.
So thank you, Will. So if you guys don't know Will, he goes by Solo Bones. So let's read this thing. I don't know where it went. It disappeared. It says, I really like this color combo, but on the real, this collection is blowing my mind. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
Well, you know what it is? It's because it's unique. I mean, we don't see this kind of collection assembly very often.
Not this detailed, and you know, Juan will point out little things. You notice on this one, it's got this little thing that was only signature to this person or whatever. It's an amazing.
Well, it's just like what Jeff's question was. What's that item down there? Because we don't immediately recognize it, but when he mentions it, we're like, oh shit, yeah, that's that piece.
Yeah,
right. It's not painted the same way, but yeah, you recognize it after some context.
Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that.
So you also collect a lot of Stormtrooper helmets, huh?
Dude, it's like that was my second passion right there, because like that was the first thing we saw that like blew our minds when we watched New Hope. Is, those Stormtroopers and Vader coming in.
Right.
So my goal was to get every version that we see on screen of Stormtroopers with as close. And I'm sorry, Santino, as close lineage as possible. But yeah, that's what you see right there. It's
He's
like,
already triggered. He's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Santino hates that word. Oh, dope, dude. What are these casts here?
Okay, so on the top you got the two RS, one for A New Hope and one for Empire Strikes Back. Those are the ones that were made with HDPE.
Mm-hmm.
Next to that, you have the CFO for Return of the Jedi, but then on the bottom, the ones that you see in the bottom, on both sides, you have castings from a screen use Return of the Jedi helmet.
What?
Awesome. Like direct castings from a screen use helmet. And then in the middle, what you have is a casting of the 3D scans that were done of the set for stunt helmet from A New Hope.
Oh yeah.
Oh nice.
Yes.
Didn't have the stripes on one of them, right? They weren't on the helmet. The little stripes on the side.
But the one that says set for stunt, he did have the stripes. Next to him, you got Mr. No Stripes.
That was it. That was it. I knew it was right in there. But yeah.
But yeah, that one in the middle was a 3D scan that was done in the 90s for, I believe it was Gentle Giant for their mini busts.
Yeah.
They did a scan of the original helmet. I don't know how those files got out. I don't know how those files, someone got a hold of them, did a full-size print, and that's a casting from.
Doesn't David
if you put it on
Mandel-
Dropbox, you don't have any issues with it.
The return of the
plug to our sponsor. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, the Return of the Jedi helmets, though, because I guess the story is the buck broke or something like that, but they always look like they're missing a chromosome. You guys ever feel like that?
Go
back and look at it. It's like
they look different. Yeah.
The buck that they use for the
back forming. Yeah,
for the vacuum forming. I guess it was it collapsed. So if you look at Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper, you will notice that the wearer's left side, it's caved in, which is why it looks so odd. It looks so weird.
Yeah.
Because they had the pronounced cheekbone, the occipital right here.
No. You can tell it's got kind of a curve if you look.
Doesn't David Mandel own the stunt for the? I think he does. I think he owns the stunt helmet for the set for stun helmet.
Oh, is it him? I can't remember.
I think so. I was listening to his podcast earlier, and they were talking about it.
He owns a bunch of these things.
I know that
I think he does. I think you're right, dude. Yeah.
I think it switched hands, so yeah, it might be his now.
He's got it on top of another body, which he's got pieces that are original, that are in the original, and he's got other pieces that are actually gray to show what recreated. And he's got the stunt helmet with that.
I know he's going for that Stormtrooper suit that Greg Jean auction.
He's going for the X-wing too.
Yeah, the X-wing. Yeah, because he got bitted out the last time.
Shit, no.
It's good stuff. Let's see what else we got.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so where did this guy come from?
This is Jesus Christ, who's the maker? Oh yeah, Dan Laws is right there. He actually makes some amazing TIE fighter pilots and Stormtrooper related
artwork up there at the top. Wow, that's nuts. It's crazy.
So Juan, do you pronounce it AT-AT? Do you pronounce it AT-AT or AT-AT?
I'm in the AT-AT group.
AT-AT.
Yes.
Juan, it's a nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice. We enjoy this.
But I'll admit, I've gone back and forth. I've had my AT-AT moments, and then I'll go back to AT-AT.
Whatever makes you feel happy.
What does your family think about this hobby? Do they think you're just out of your mind? Do they support it? What
does my family think about it?
Yeah.
You're gonna ask my wife. She's right there.
All right, Juan's wife.
One second, guys. 1 second. J2SO joined us.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
hey.
Last week.
What's up, Swifty?
Yeah, we heard you were at Taylor Swift concert.
Hey, Easter Bunny.
J2SO, Juan Fernandez, or J2SO.
There he is.
Hello, nice to meet you.
It's been awesome, man.
So Juan, you have an understanding wife and family that lets you indulge in all this, and
she's very understanding. She is she's the best. She's the best wife ever.
Why are you shaking your head? Oh.
I'm making sure she can hear.
Oh,
she's right there. Look.
Rubber blaster.
There she is.
I get it. Come on. There she is. Hello.
She can't see us.
That's awesome. Rubber blaster.
Blasters.
Oh, this is a pretty cool trio. Like the top one is made from a real Sterling rifle, like the original ones with as many real parts as I could find. Wow. The one in the bottom is an MGC, which is what they use for Return of the Jedi, and then the one in the middle is a stunt. It's cast from a screen use stunt blaster from Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
Wow.
TV. He talked about that earlier, Logan.
That's incredible.
I think RS sells a version of that one, the Pugman.
It's just cool to see them next to each other, to see the variances, the differences.
Yeah.
You know.
Are those made of linear to rubber?
Yeah.
Well, one of them actually is.
Yeah.
Which one's rubber?
That's awesome. I love it. That's awesome.
Which one's rubber?
Well, not rubber. It's made out of resin, like the one from the movie. But yeah, if you go through the images, you can see them. That one.
Okay. Yeah, mine's rubber. For trooping.
Rubber. Plaster. Rubber.
I like the stands too. The stands are cool.
The stands are nice, yeah.
It's all about how you display it.
Yeah, it just needs to be simple, and that just looks clean and simple, and looks
it's
great.
crazy. You got real magazines and everything. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
oh, that one's that whole thing's a real Sterling rifle.
Oh,
it's deactivated, obviously for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's a complete.
Juan, I need a stand for an E11, so I'm going to bug you after the show.
I can get you the right person for it.
$1 million.
The stand's awesome.
That stand was awesome. I love
I
that.
can make you one.
Very cool.
That's
This is an SL?
That's another commission that I did. Another SL, one of those from the Rick Baker molds. But yeah, that's another commission I made for a friend.
Man, that looks so good.
Yeah, dude.
Jay, you missed a lot, man. You got to rewatch this show, dude. You'll be
Yeah,
in
I know. I'm off every time I have plans on Fridays. It's nice when we have guests I really want to be on with. Because I've been following him and seeing his collection, and
dude, incredible.
Yeah, I gotta go back and restart at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Next time Taylor Swift is in town, you just
Yeah, you tell
gotta
Jay
skip it.
that you're done. You can start.
This is all being sold tomorrow to support the $1,000 ticket I had to pay. Yeah.
So Mando, huh? Is this a commission as well, or is it just
That
personal?
was actually.
That's true.
You guys have probably heard of Minute Fett, right? He does a lot of Boba Fett stuff nowadays. But yeah, this was one of his first Mandalorian helmets. No lineage, Santino, no lineage. But it looks great. He did a great job with it, and yeah, it's not in my collection anymore, but it was really nice to own it.
It's a nice piece.
That's out. There you go. Wow, I just love these. I'm sorry.
That's TM Vader helmet, A New Hope style.
Mm-hmm. That might be it. Just anything New Hope. I just kind of glued to immediately, even though I would say yes, Empire is the favorite. But there's something about Cylon.
That
and
is
it's Cylons. Holy crap,
dude!
I do collect props from other shows and movies.
That is awesome.
That's amazing.
It's a real one.
So the cool thing about this one is that it's what was the name of the company? Icons. Do you guys remember Icons?
Icons, yeah.
Back in the day? So right before they went out of business, they were going to release Battlestar Galactica replicas. This is one of like 3 prototypes they made before they went out of business.
Oh wow!
Wow!
I'm pretty sure it's out of the 3 that I know of. This is probably the only one that I've seen that has the chroming, from that they did for it. Like the other 2 were not chromed.
Who did the helmet for the Vipers? God, what was it called?
The guys that worked on Battlestar Galactica were the same team that worked on A New Hope.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm talking about replica makers.
helmet?
Was it EFX or was it a Novos that did the
EFX
Colonial?
Yeah, EFX got into it too. Yeah, I think they did release the
Colonial
the
helmet.
pilot. Yeah, the Colonial pilot. Yeah,
that was what I was trying. I couldn't come up with the word Colonial. Sorry.
The cool thing about this one though is the mouthpiece from the prototype, I was able to remove it, and the piece that you see there is a production made mouthpiece from the original show. If you see, there's the prop store certificate right behind it. So it's a lineage casting of a Cylon with an original mouthpiece on it.
Wow.
Awesome.
Rosa was asking, is it real chrome?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's real chrome. It's insane. Love Cylon.
That's
right?
awesome.
This
A lot of
this
work,
one,
man.
That's
Yeah.
that's an FPH Fett helmet, and it's not lineage, but it looks amazing.
It does. It has a little bit of a curve. It looks like in the one side of the visor.
Yeah, because
Hey,
they replicated the documents.
Looks good, man. What the hell?
Wait,
Clicked
Joel
outside
sits
the
sideways
box.
halfway through the show every night.
I never sit still.
I know.
Always glad you're here,
Y-wing.
Logan. Always glad.
That's nuts.
So
Wow.
this Y-wing, I can't remember the name of the maker. I want to say Frankie, but I might be wrong. It's not lineage, but I love the shape of it. I can tell that it's not super accurate, but I love the shape of it. I bought it as a kid and I built it myself. So
Wow.
the assembly and the paint job is all by me.
Paint job's beautiful, man.
Yeah, paint job's amazing.
Nice work.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
Just a little.
A little curve.
So, like, Juan, is some of it like decals that you printed out, or is it straight paint?
There are decals like the one on the forehead and the ones
On the
down the
back
bottom.
it says.
Yeah.
That's all painted.
Yeah, because
then
like
you
that
got the
front one's in pieces. Like it was torn off at some point or something. It's awesome.
So the ones that should be decals are decals, and stuff that should be painted is painted.
That's cool.
Did you
get
the
the
RSO
decal?
logo on that helmet?
What's that?
It's like the RSO, so is the kind of down there in the front, like it's ripped off.
This guy right here?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a replica sticker, not
Okay.
The decals, did they come with the kit one, or did they? Or did you print
I
them?
think some of them did, but I did have
That's
to
cool.
source because I got the kit secondhand over at the RPF. It did have most of the decals. I do remember having to source the rest of the decals from another vendor.
It's a cool helmet. It's very unique.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, very well done.
Nice.
So people are saying, okay, we're all caught up now. Or as prop master,
The Hero, this is the one I have. I love this helmet.
they do a good job.
Oh, you did get that one, huh, Scotty?
Yeah, which is interesting because I ordered it Black Friday last year. And then I got it, I think, in February or something like that.
Okay.
I hope
Yeah,
they
so
do that again this year.
Stay tuned for your Black Friday sale this year.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to have any money.
Yeah, you can pay it over time.
I don't think I'll have any time.
Spoken like collectors. Yo, you can pay that over time. Just
Oh, yeah.
stretch
Exactly.
that out.
You can get a new credit card.
Yeah, just stretch that out.
All
Wow.
right.
Paying
Got
for
another
my-
trio.
That's beautiful. That is just beautiful like that, you know, to
That's
see all
hard.
three of them.
Yeah, if you remember, we saw a picture of the three of them, but the Graflex and the MPP were not done yet. And
Yeah,
this
they
is
didn't have the
perspective
grips.
Once they were all ready.
Yeah. How dare you? You shouldn't have taken that earlier photo.
So with the grips, where did you get the grips?
Oh man,
Was it Wanga?
I think the one of them is Wanawanga, and the other one might be a Geno set.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been thinking about it, and the price went way up on those things. Like $50
Like
now they
everything.
went for them.
Everything's
Yeah.
going
Everything's
up
gone
and
up. Yep.
Inflation.
That's right.
Years. Yeah. That's cool.
What the heck just happened? Click the wrong button.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You've got other, different.
Another commission.
No time. Yeah, exactly.
That's nice, too.
Oh, speaking of enabling.
Jeez. Wow. Crazy.
Wow, that's nice.
And which helmet is this?
That's the RS the one with the green plastic, the HDP
Yeah.
version. But
And then
the armor there is a Novos.
Interesting. Okay, that's what I was curious about. Yeah.
Old Novos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing new Novos.
Not the new Novos.
Not the new Novos, the old Novos.
Yeah.
Old Novos.
that's my armor.
That's funny. Looks great.
Yeah,
Joel's
good.
old armor, my new armor.
I gotta ask, Juan, does it take you like hours to get through your house if you're leaving because you got to stop and look at everything?
Nah, not really.
I would.
But
Oh, I totally would.
Ooh, Greedo gun.
oh, the Greedo blaster.
DT12, yeah.
That was fun to put together.
Wow.
That's killer.
Are you a photographer too? Because these are surprisingly well.
Yeah,
made.
you obviously know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, look at that. The depth of field on these things, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
That's right. That's what she said.
Yeah.
I did get some
My wife
photography
used to
classes in art school, but it's just me playing around with the camera.
It's good shots, man.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
What
Man.
do you shoot with?
Nikon D3400.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm a Canon person myself, but
Ooh, fight.
no, it's all good.
Go
It's like,
go back
Right,
one picture
right,
real quick.
right.
Go back
I'm a
one
Sony
picture. Sorry.
person.
The bust.
Sony's are good too nowadays.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the
That's
same.
a full size though, right?
Yeah, that's the same that we were looking at earlier. The funny
Just
thing
looks a
is,
little different.
what happened with these pictures that you're seeing, because I live in Puerto Rico, we get a lot of hurricanes, right? So that particular day, we had no power because a hurricane had just passed.
That's why the shutters are closed.
Yeah, but the lighting in the office was pretty cool. So I pulled out the camera, I took those shots because it's interesting. One of the things a lot of people don't realize, the way we see the props on screen really depends on the lighting.
Yes.
that you have on lighting
100%.
on set, is not the same lighting you're going to have in your collection room.
Nope.
And I'm not saying that this lighting is what they used on screen, but that dark setting really made this look a lot different if you compare it to the pictures that we saw of him all lit up.
Mama full size. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's 100% true. All of a sudden it looked like a different piece, you know?
Yeah.
Well, the same can be said about color rendering and the line of work that you're in when it gets to print production, right? I mean, you're seeing something on screen that's going to go to, a print medium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure sometimes it doesn't end up kind of what you have envisioned on screen or in your mind when you get to actually produce.
The name of your ex was Rubber Blaster?
That's my kid. That's the sister-in-law.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Just because this was first.
Well, she probably likes the Rubber Blaster.
Is that what we're calling it?
A couple times I can verify that she does.
Michaela's probably saying, "You goddamn right, I do." She's awesome. So you say you found this in a garage somewhere? This helmet?
Don't judge me.
This is actually just a paint test, me fooling around with the casting. Trying to get a greedy look. If you look closely, you'll see a lot of damage.
Yeah,
you see like the chips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about, if you look at the A New Hope Vader throughout the movie, now that we have the 4K, available,
it gets better as the movie goes on.
You can tell which scenes were filmed first and which scenes were filmed towards the end of production because the helmet is more beat up in certain scenes. And in A New Hope, they only used the one helmet.
Right. So, like the first scene when you see him come in or wherever, that's towards the end of the filming.
Yeah,
because it's pretty beat up at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
So your comment here says the dome was a spare GH A New Hope you had in your garage and you decided to salvage.
Ghost head.
And then the
Ghost
face
Head.
mask is
Ghost Head.
something.
Yeah, the face mask was a casting that I made myself, and then
Oh,
the dome
cool.
I put it on it. It's just a salvage ghost host dome. Nothing
Very cool.
super special, but cool.
No, very cool, man. What is this?
That is
G.I. Joe?
that's a production made helmet from the movie Ender's Game.
Oh, Ender's
Great
Game.
movie.
So you can relate it to
books are
Star Wars through Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford was in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Good
this
movie.
was the paint. This is the paint test that they did for the red helmet.
Wow, man. It's awesome.
Oh.
It's nice.
I've got a couple of those in the collection in all stages of production. This is the paint test.
Oh wow.
I've got a prototype and I've got a screen use version of it.
It's nice.
If you go back, you can actually see the. If you look closely, you'll see two different reds. If you look at the back of
This
it,
one right here?
oh, that right there, you can see the two different reds. They were seeing which red they were going to go with.
Okay, yeah. Right.
So was this like a prop store find, or how'd you get this one?
This was through an auction, but it was not prop store.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool seeing these like unique pieces in the collections.
Mm-hmm.
Ender's Game, that was a great movie.
That is one of the prototypes for Ender's Game. But the more I dug in to the backstory of this helmet, it was actually the molds they used for this helmet were used in another movie called what was it? Red Planet or
I was just gonna say it does look like the Mars helmets and stuff.
Is that
they
Ice
were-
Cube?
Yeah. It was a movie about Mars. I think it was Red Planet or something.
Yeah, it
like
would have
that.
been Red Planet, not Left Behind.
Yeah.
They were trying to, save themselves some money, so they tried doing a prototype from those molds, and this is what they came up with.
Totally.
Those are pretty cool.
Those are cool.
I'm an astronaut, not.
She said, "Now you're speaking my love language."
Nice. Oh, you're a Predator fan too. Nice.
Dude, I'm a sci-fi sci-fi whore.
Nice.
But
Yeah, me too.
these were painted by me. The castings came from Jesus. Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me. I forgot his name. I can't remember the guy who did the castings, but I believe the one from Predator 1 is a lineage casting, and the other one is from the Sideshow.
That's
so
the Elder, right?
Yeah.
Or the Ancient.
Actually, oh man,
The left one.
caught me
The
off guard.
left one was from Predator 2. Yeah. No, he wasn't the ancient, but he was one of the people in the cadre of
Oh,
Predator.
maybe the Lost.
Nerd.
Sorry.
Nerds.
Guilty.
Ooh.
Guilty as charged.
Oh, that's just one of the studio lights from ILM.
But that's still cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I almost feel like we're gonna have to have you back, Juan, to just talk about you painting and doing some of these props. You know,
I think we're gonna have you back to understand how you have time to be married.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's actually Philip. What I forget his last name.
Thomas
You posted
Robinson.
Evan, right?
yeah, Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those.
This is like his V2 or V3.
Okay. I got V6.
I was gonna say, what V is he on right now?
He
I think he's
keeps-
still on 6, but the body changed. I got the new body as well.
Oh, good.
But he
You
did such a
got a
great
replacement. Good.
Yeah, he sent me a
He's
replacement
got
body,
it.
but it's different.
It's sitting in a box for the last month or so. You know,
Yeah.
Keep
Well,
it in
because
the
I
box.
got to cut the hands off, and it was starting to become more work. And I was like, man, I don't want to rip the hands up and wait for new hands for another 6 months.
Well, if you want to get rid of it.
I was gonna say I knew it was coming because I could see Joel take his usual like, well, if you want to pass it on.
I was ready to do the swap the other day. I took the Yoda I have apart, and then I was like trying to pull the hands off. I was like, wait a minute, these things are super glued into the armature. It's like, dang it. He's like, oh, just cut them off and re-glue it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you should let me have it.
Yeah, or me, if you want to bypass him. 'Cause we have a cool Ryota head from David.
Oh, do you? Do you have any hands?
Yeah, we got part hands, just the very tips of the hands and tips of the feet, but no body. We've just kind of bubble wrapped it.
Gotcha.
I can tell you what kind of body to use, Scott.
I bet you could.
For real.
You gotta use those hands.
Some Terminator models.
Yep.
No, Joe wouldn't say Terminator model. He'd say like an infant from 3 to 4 months or something like that.
No, that's what I had on the screen.
Dude, I love that Predator design from that.
The Berserker with the bone jaw.
That's
I feel like
that's
I'm
the
just
screen-
peeking
that's the
over this
screen
thing.
used one.
Oh, is it? Okay. So
Did you
that's
say that
from,
screen used?
Yeah, that's the screen used Berserker from Predators.
Oh,
that
wow.
was the one that we see with the mesh eyes.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, it was used in a running scene because it was at night. They're in the middle of the jungle, and he couldn't see with the acrylic lens. So if you look inside the helmet, you can see where the glue was for the acrylic lens. They ripped them off and they put the mesh so that he could see better while he was running.
Makes sense.
Movie magic.
Yep. That's all it takes.
So you
But
guys
the original-
screen matched it then.
Yeah.
but the original Predator design too had mesh.
Yeah, the old from I think the one in Predator 2 had mesh the whole time.
There's no way that I would be able to have that even in my own room.
Scare you?
Freak you out.
No, my wife would be like, "What the shit is that?"
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Take
she's
the,
like,
yeah, red line dance. Yeah, right. Just get my fingers right on the edge.
Digging
of
a
that
hole
thing.
in the backyard for it.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's badass.
That's also screen used. That's in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. In the opening scene, we see this alien while they're being attacked.
Yeah, and the Kelvin.
Yeah,
Cool.
in the Kelvin. This is
I'm
like one of the
surprised
first
Dubak knew
aliens that
that.
shows up in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
So Dubak is a bigger Star Trek nerd than I am.
Yeah,
Well, and,
secretly.
and who was piloting that ship as temporary captain was Chris Helmsworth. Thor.
Yeah, you
He's going to be known as Do Track now.
Oh, it's from the new movies. That's why I don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's a new one.
I haven't
Secretly
watched the new
watching Star Trek on the
You
side.
haven't watched the new ones?
ones. No, I haven't watched the new
That's
ones.
pretty good.
Joel's ready to cut you off.
Right?
no,
Jason's
Star
wife
Trek.
comes running in there. You're watching Star Trek again? Why can't you watch porn like every other normal man?
He's
Men
like,
in
I was
Black,
watching
huh?
porn. She's like, no, you weren't. You were watching Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Those are cool. The paintwork on those are amazing.
So are these originals?
Yeah, those are screen used from Men in Black. Rick Baker from Rick Baker Studio.
Nice.
Who did
I was
the
able
painting?
to.
Painting
I was
of
able to spot both of them. The screen match both of those.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
The chin on the one looks like a little heart.
Dude, and Casey Love is one of the best painters out there. His work.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's incredible.
that's wild.
Wow,
Yeah.
that
You
is
have two
really cool.
Casey Love masks from Rick Baker too. That's awesome.
She calls them love masks. Is that what you just said?
No, his name's Casey Love.
Dude, those are
Oh,
awesome.
Casey Love. Got it.
Yeah.
Those are gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, those are good.
No.
Thin
Look at
neck
that.
sabers.
Why do I feel like Homer right now?
I know. It's just you look at it and you're like, I want every single one of those. It's beautiful. So the
There's
one
the
on the
mom saber.
far right is obviously the smallest, but what is the one on the far right?
It's like a cast.
Just the cast.
The one that looks raw. That one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They did a run on the RPF of the what do you call it? It was a resin cast from production, and someone made molds out of it, and they had a run on the RPF.
Wow.
But
I
the
guess
rest,
it's like every other one there is. I mean, this is obviously the smallest out of them in diameter and everything, right?
But you got to keep in mind that it came from a resin cast, so it had already shrunken by the time it got to this copy.
Okay, got it. That's what I'm trying. I guess what I was trying to figure out is that all these other reproductions and things like that people are doing, if that's a cast off the original, then the original is much smaller than the ones that we're seeing. I guess is where I'm going.
The thing is, like, and the way I see it, like back in the day, like, the materials that were being used for copying and all this stuff were not as advanced as today. Like, if I make a silicone mold out of something nowadays, like, I can make sure and guarantee that we're not going to have any shrinkage at all. So the copies that I pull out of it are going to be pretty exact to what it came from.
Right. Because shrinkage is an issue. Seriously.
But then back in the day, materials were not as advanced, and we did have shrinkage. Yeah.
Scott suffers from shrinkage.
I've been in the pool. I've been sick. Whatever. Yeah.
Shrinkage.
But no, serious thing. Yeah.
All right. So
this is cool.
The Fett lineage casting, so you can see like all the details of the paint job on it.
Wow.
So this is
almost
the raw
looks like
one.
you go with what was that series, Evan?
Take
The
my
Bounty Hunter,
invisible credits,
where he painted himself black. The War of the Bounty Hunters.
War of the Bounty Hunters.
Oh yeah. That's a new book with him all black.
The Arena Fett.
It's just a raw.
Arena Fett.
Raw,
My favorite Fett.
What was that, Brian?
I said it's my favorite Fett.
Your favorite Fett's the Arena Fett?
Yeah.
5 Negronis in.
3, but yeah.
Damn, this is dope, dude. Is this the
Shrinkage,
same
yeah.
one or
We're the next
a different one?
That's Predator too.
That's the same one we saw earlier, but I updated the paint job, so I did some more work on it.
Wow.
Yeah, but you get
Cool.
great photos. That was the thing that Duback was talking about.
I know which one that is. That's the Guardian Predator.
The Guardian. That's it. The Guardian.
Good
Oh, yeah,
call.
I have it right there.
Yeah, only when it's cold. That's right.
Yeah, it looks like something out of the prop store catalog, these pictures you take.
That's pretty awesome.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, I love that.
That's my take on the Predator 1 helmet.
And you know what I love that you have here that not too many people notice in the movie is the 2 shots on the helmet where he's taking damage.
Yeah.
The brow and the head.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Do you love it, Dubek?
I
I
love
think
it.
he does. Well, here's Crystal. She needs that in her life. Yeah. It's art. It is. Jason, you do a great job. I'm serious. I really am curious. I'd love to see you, and you should do that. Video some of this process of you painting it, or at least go through explaining it with us on another show or something. Because Jeff's getting into doing models and paints. I am. Joel's already doing that, but and of course Duback is an illustrator, drawer, artist. It's like all of us would just be like, show me next. You do great work.
Show me how to. And then,
and Brian. I forgot about Brian with dioramas and models and everything else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like that one.
You're gonna start filming some stuff, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
This
what's
is
cool about this is you've kind of surrounded yourself with inspiration, right? Like it's just you're surrounded by it all.
Riddick.
That's gorgeous.
Riddick.
That's screen used from Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh my God, screen use. That's awesome, dude.
So the screen use stuff, again, is it part of your group, your inner circle group, or is a lot of these like prop store and auctions and things like that you're getting?
With a lot of the screen use stuff that I have is from auctions. Some of them are from private collectors. And yeah, it's the same thing that we were talking about earlier, where you just got to network and you got to like socialize with these people and like just show that you're trustworthy and that you have the money for it.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
We have part of a matchstick from this one movie. It's 50 grand. You in?
That's what's been crazy lately. They've been selling like little pieces for a ton of money, like fractions of like the Death Star. You'll see going for so much.
Well, I remember Jeff talking about that, where there's a guy that bought a AT-AT head or something like that and started breaking it up and selling it off as little pieces.
Yeah.
It's like, it just hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, that does hurt, big time.
That's badass.
Yeah. It does, but it's cool.
This is screen use as well. That one.
Wow. So this is one of the guards at the end of the ceremony in New Hope, correct?
Yeah, the suit is screen use, but the helmet is cast from original. Like literally, the CFO.
CFO, yeah.
Mark Edwards, he made that helmet. But yeah,
what's the story with the cane behind the?
Oh, that's the
Palpatine.
Master Replicas. The old Master Replicas, Emperor's cane.
Emperor.
Okay.
Yep. Comes with the clasp. Yep.
Gorgeous.
Cool.
Wow. Total Recall.
The white one is Total Recall. The one in the back is from Kin. Not a lot of people know that movie, Kin, and it's actually badass.
Ken, heard of that one?
Wow.
That's cool.
It's cool designs. And all these are in the same room you're in right now, or you got them throughout the house?
This is all in the same room.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
I rotate the displays.
Nice, dude.
Screen
The
use
300.
This is for Joel.
Maverick helmet?
Wow.
Thank you.
This,
Look at that.
this
Wow.
is not screen used.
Talk to me, Goose.
Yeah, everything just took a right turn. It's like,
What?
where are we?
But dude, look at the detail on that thing, man.
Damn, dude.
Whoa.
See, the cool thing about this one is like you can actually put this together. Like you just gotta know where to look for the parts because it's all military wear. You know.
Wow.
Right. It's all old stuff too, so it's easier to find nowadays. Well, should be.
That's gorgeous.
The helmet's probably the tougher part to get.
The painting, yeah.
You can if you keep an eye on eBay, you can find all these parts. Now the thing is that if you want to get like really specific to the details of the one in the movie, you need to mix and match a few things. Like if you look at that little box that you see in front of the mouthpiece, I had to replace. When I bought that mask piece, I had to replace that. That's the microphone box. I had to look for that specific one from another vendor that sells pieces for old military helmets. But yeah, you can find all these parts.
You know what's funny about that though, one is that probably nobody but you would recognize that it wasn't right.
So what do you?
It's almost like you're collecting for a viewer of yourself. You know, you've got to have these standards because you know the difference, which is cool.
I'm very OCD. Like I'm OCD about a lot of these things. So when I get obsessed with something, I really try to like get as much detail as I can, you know, accurately.
What do you search for that? Like, what would you search?
Oh,
Never mind, Joel. Never mind, Joel.
I just started looking on eBay for.
It's got all the part numbers.
Yeah, for all the you can look it up on the RPF. You'll find what pieces were used, and if you go on eBay, you will find them.
Nice.
I meant Joel. Joel, if any of us want to go look for it after the show, then now it's gonna be gone.
There's a lot of Navy people that are retired that are selling this stuff off too.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of pilots that been dumping this stuff.
I don't want to be too big a nerd, but dude, your photos are like perfectly lit.
Yeah. What are you using for your lights?
Oh man,
light bulbs.
To be really honest with you, I bought
like LEDs or
I
something.
went on
rocks.
Jesus Christ, Amazon, and I bought some like one of those lighting kits from China.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they are. I do use LED panels, but these pictures you're looking at right now, there was no extra lighting. It's just the LEDs from my cabinet and just doing working with the settings on the camera.
You're killing it.
It's like, Jeff, what'd you use for camera? A camera.
I know, right?
I've got a bunch of what's the guy's name?
I mean, even his video looks well lit.
Yeah.
His name's Rodney Dangerfield, Brian.
No, it's
Will Smith.
No.
We'll come back to it later.
Hey, Juan.
Mr.
I
Juanito.
look it up now because it's gonna drive me.
Yeah, but I wasn't little in '86. Yeah. Brian was older. Just want to say
Master of
that.
the
Brian was
Universe,
older.
87,
By a
Skeletor
day.
Army. Damn.
By a day. I love it.
We all
Starship
know that you are
Troopers.
the old man of the group. Just live with
Yes.
it. Accept it.
By a
Am I
day.
the old man? Am I
By
the
a
oldest?
day. I think you
No.
are. Yeah.
See,
By
and this-
one day.
Cylons.
oh, you got the LED.
Oh,
Look
he
at
got the
that.
gold one.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
So
I had these as figures. I used to watch
Fire
Battlestar
Command.
Galactica all the
Dude,
time.
I love the design of this show. I'll say
Mhm.
it. I don't care.
yeah,
Bio Command.
Battlestar was great.
golden one, the golden one that you're seeing there
Oh, nice. Right
is
Nice, dude.
made from production pieces. It was bought from prop store as separate parts,
Gold.
and the guys at Legacy Effect, the guys that do all the Iron Man stuff, they did all the assembly and all the chroming on it.
I hated that figure
Wow.
growing up because you couldn't fit him into any vehicles.
No.
Freaking legs didn't bend.
Nice.
No,
That's
but I
funny.
had the Viper and I had the Raider. Did you have those, Jeff? And the wings opened out on the Raider and
Yeah.
as toys. They were great.
I had
You
the
couldn't put
small
the figure
one.
in.
Right.
The small one that shot the thing that we couldn't get the Boba Fett.
Yeah, well, I had
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
and Giant Egg, okay, so who cares? I had Mark and Mindy.
Brian, you're
Right,
totally that kid from the Christmas Story. You're gonna shoot your eye out, right?
Mm.
Man, look at that. That's insane.
I know.
Wow.
Look, and they're labeled.
Yeah.
Not worthy.
Stop.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no way I wouldn't even know the
A lot
difference.
of people were talking about
Yeah,
it.
you would. You would.
Well, I could see the dull and the gloss.
No, you'd be able to tell the difference because each one is really unique. It's not the same thing. It'd be like, if your wife came in and then her sister came in, you'd be able to tell which one's different. If not, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
That to me
So-
looks like a variant cover of a
I've
comic
been down
book.
there, done that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing like with the wall, and if you move to the to the
No,
next
it's
picture in that
awesome.
post, you'll see more of them. The thing is that they all are related to different stages of production. Like I've got castings from touring helmets, casting from production helmets, castings from screen used
They're
helmets.
amazing.
Yeah.
So
Candy shop.
they do look, if you stand back, you're going to say like, oh, they're all the same. It's just Darth Vader. But the closer
No.
you get, you'll see all the details on them.
Yeah, they're.
It's like what I was talking about.
Simple.
Like what I was talking about before, Joel, is that, like your own face is different on both sides. And a lot of
Yeah.
the helmets that they do now, they're perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah,
And then they're
symmetrical, yeah.
fine. But the Vader ones are not. And either are the Stormtroopers back then and everything else. And I think that's why we identify with it and that when we see it, we know it's it. Right?
Yep.
That's Vader. That's not a Vader helmet. That's Vader. And it's the same thing like when they went back and they did Revenge of the Sith and they made it symmetrical. It doesn't look
Yeah.
right. It just
It did
doesn't
not.
look right.
The Revenge helmet is cool, but it doesn't feel like the original
No,
Vader.
it doesn't feel like Vader. We said Vader.
This was the ugly
Killing me.
one,
I'm
but it's got a
like
cool
Negroni.
story.
What?
That one's got a cool story.
That one? Yeah,
Um,
so that's a Return of the Jedi one.
It's cast from Return of the Jedi, but if you look, it's missing the center of the eyes.
Yeah.
If you look,
Oh, yeah,
inside
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing,
Dude, well, look how
Yeah.
crooked it is on the bottom jaw area. Wow.
He's a unibrow.
So the thing
This has
about
got
this,
the missing chromosome trooper.
It does. I'm sorry, it does. It looks totally retarded. I don't know how else to say it. It just does. It looks wrong.
It's
Yeah,
not
well-
symmetrical on each side.
No,
The
it's
thing
not,
about-
but it just
about
looks
this particular
squished.
one-
Yeah.
this particular one is not screen used; it's stage used.
Mm.
Back in
Oh,
the
cool.
late '80s, I'm sure if you guys have I'm sure you guys have probably heard about this at some point, but in the late '80s, early '90s, Lucasfilms was trying to put together a live show, and in Japan they did
Right.
I
a
don't
show
know.
called George Lucas Super Live Adventure.
Mm.
So in the early '90s, they had ILM build a bunch of props for that, and this was made by ILM with a mold taken from Return of the Jedi helmet for that stage show. Now the show in Japan only ran for 1 year, so once they wrapped up production, they shipped a bunch of those props back to the U.S. and they were used at MGM Studios as the characters in the park. So this was Stage used and then MGM used.
Interesting, because I want to say when I watch Return of the Jedi, I don't really even notice this helmet, right? I just see stormtroopers in my head. Those are stormtroopers. But when I actually just look at the helmet by itself, or I look at with the other ones, that's when I'm like, I don't like that one as much. You know, the other ones are
because
correct.
of the lens distortion.
Yeah.
When you look at the stormtrooper helmet from far away, because the lens will catch more of the sides, you don't see that smashed curve as much as when you're close up.
Good point. I love your collection, man. It's just absolutely amazing, and the stories behind everything. Wow.
Oh,
Ooh. What do you got here,
dude? And this is one that I love, and I wish I knew the maker. I don't know who made this. I bought it.
Thank the maker.
So you can't thank the maker, You can't.
But it was vacuumized, so the metal by WMC. What you said, the shop?
By the company that did the vacuum metalizing for the original ones.
Oh shit!
That's all I know about this helmet. I can't remember who made it. And then the sad part about it is I bought it secondhand, and I was trying to look in my Facebook history if I could find the previous owner, and I couldn't find him.
Wow.
Well, how many makers, in the time that you've gone after this stuff, Juan, how many makers have you seen just disappear? You know, so-and-so did this, and now they're, who knows where they are, or what they're doing. That's a lot, right?
That's too many.
Yeah.
But the thing with C-3PO is, like, I'm not well versed. Like, I don't know all the makers. All I know about C-3PO is Gordon, who's the famous C-3PO. Gordon,
Tarpley, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know that his stuff is amazing.
Yeah. Well, he's also tight with Tom, with Regal, with doing a lot of the Regal stuff, like the Rancor and Falcons and things. But yeah, I mean, his suits and all the droids that he's been doing, absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Oh, this is the kit that came from Prop Store from production. That was
talking about C-3PO, but yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
What? No, the Cylon that you're looking at right now. That's all production made parts that were put together to make my gold helmet. So it's all production made. It's all the parts are production made, assembled afterwards. There it is.
Damn.
Oh wow.
So there you got Steve Gawley
Dykstra.
and John Dykstra looking at one of the Cylon helmets during production. Like I said, I like to get autographs that are related to my props, and if I can get the autographs and pictures of the prop, even better.
I heard that Steve Gawley was the type, he'd walk through the shop and he'd be like, "Oh, what are you working on?" And he'd pick something up and he'd break it off and he'd be like, "Oh, sorry," by accident, or he'd glue to something. Yeah. He was that guy. That's funny.
Don't touch my shit.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, what do you? No, stay over there.
Yeah, get over there. Stay away from my shit.
That's a production-made Return of the Jedi Y-wing from Return of the Jedi, and there's Greeblies from production as well, and then a plaque signed by Nilo Roddy's Jamero.
You really got yourself into this network and into this group.
That's what I was going to ask. So, Juan, when did you decide that you weren't just going to try to replicate or, have collections of things, but you wanted to like screen lineage stuff? Like, I mean, you committed all in.
Well, okay, so I think it's mostly because of my OCD. Like from the beginning, it's always been that passion to want to have what I'm seeing on screen.
Okay.
And the more I learned about it, because I started like everyone, like with Don Post stuff. Like it's very cleaned up. It's not even the parts that Don Post sold that had lineage to them, like the Vader Deluxe. They modified a lot of it. They cleaned up a lot of it. When I started out with those, but the more I started learning about the original props and I started seeing all the wonkiness and all the warts and all these details that you don't really see on film, I started obsessing over trying to get as close as possible to what I was seeing on screen. Now, the problem with Star Wars is that a lot of the screen use stuff for Star Wars is like ridiculously expensive. So I can't afford a lot of screen use stuff from Star Wars, but that's why you see other movies that I love. I'm able to get screen use stuff from those. And then with Star Wars, I get a lot of like lineage pieces because they're as close as you can get to the actual prop.
Right. it's just a big investment in time to research and understand, what you have or what you want. So it's not.
But I think that's part of the fun, right?
Yeah.
If you're into it, you like doing that. You like figuring things out.
All right, Scott. So which helmet is which?
I don't know which one's which. I know which ones I like. All of them.
But I mean, right here, this is a good like picture to tell you all the differences between all of them. If you look at the two on the top with the sharp Widow's Peak, those are New Hope.
Yep.
If the Widow's Peak is flat and it's got the thumbprint, then that's ESB.
Yep.
And then if it's flat and like doesn't have the thumbprint, then you got a Return of the Jedi.
Also, to the vent on the chin, if it's small, it's definitely supposed to be a New Hope. If it's a little bit bigger, it could be either or.
It got bigger every movie. Like Empire Strikes Back, it was already big, but then
you bet it did. I mean, yeah,
they made it even a little bigger.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, seriously, and also too that the glossiness. A New Hope was scratched up and dull and everything else, and they realized, I don't know at what point or before they started filming, that if it was all black, it wasn't going to show up. So they had to do the two-tone paint, and the actual helmet face itself is a gunmetal, correct?
Yeah.
And then the dome's black. You wouldn't have thought that, because I mean, back as a kid, I always thought of it as just a black helmet.
Black helmet.
I never thought of it as
Vader's
checkerboard.
all black. And when they see a helmet up close, they're like shocked to see that it's got two colors.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then seeing the differences, the chin vent opening up, and that was for vision, not for breathing. That was to be able to see.
Like the little metal sensors, the tusks, they were round. They were round in A New Hope and Empire. Return of the Jedi actually has them spiky.
Yeah, point to it.
Pointy.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Look at that.
Those are some pictures of the stunt that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
but those are like the actual positive pictures.
Well, and the lenses look more yellow than amber, but I don't. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, more yellow.
Yeah, they changed throughout production.
Wow. Damn, dude. Serious.
Oh, now this is the other one we were talking about. So actually, if you go to the bottom of the folder, you're gonna go backwards because right there, JCF original. So yeah, those two pictures. That is my original Vader helmet from ILM. Wow. So that's the one that I used to make my molds for the helmets that are up top. So
wow.
That's a direct thing. Like
that's pretty cool.
Crazy.
What was that one? I think there's some background noise somewhere.
Right. Yeah, I don't know who's got the background noise. Somebody.
So you said this was an original ILM piece? Is this like you bought it from like the prop store, or is it like a?
Okay, so the way this piece came into my collection. Well, let me see. Where do I start? This piece was made by an ILM employee in the early 90s, and he had access to all these molds, so he pulled two copies, one for himself and another one for a friend. The one that he made for a friend, we all knew that it was out there, and when I say we all knew, I mean like the Vader guys.
Right.
And it switched hands a couple of times, and I finally got a hold of it. But I know the ILM artist that made it.
Awesome.
And he's actually a pretty well-known forum member in the RPF, and he also does paintings. Like he does artwork for Lucasfilms and a bunch of other clients, well-known artists. But yeah, it was nice because I was able to track down who made it, and I was actually able to become friends with the person that made it. So that's pretty awesome. And it's a pretty clean casting too. Like it was not altered. The vents were cut out already because the friend that got it as a gift, intended to finish it, but he never did anything to it other than cutting the vents and the eyes out. So the eyes that you see there are cast from original as well, but I added them from behind.
Nice, man.
David was asking, Juan, how far back did you start your collection? I think you were saying 90s, right?
90s, yeah.
Mid 90s, yeah.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? Damn it, I can't remember.
Scott, we never know what you're going to say.
I never know what I'm going to say. That's how my brain works. No filter sometimes.
Yeah, if you see, like, I was able to make molds of this helmet because obviously I'm not going to paint an original raw casting.
Right.
So I made molds for myself and pulled out a few copies.
These right here.
So do you ever do like the Dave Chappelle with everybody where you start calling them up? You're like, hey man, you got any more of them helmets? You got any more? You know, start itching for them.
Maybe not that
bad,
specific,
but close.
But I've done it. Hey man, got any more Vaders?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, but yeah, the white one is because this is the way the original helmets were made. They were made out of white gel coats instead of black. A lot of the Vader helmets that you see being sold raw are made black, and it's for obvious reasons. You know, if you want to keep it raw, most people would want to have a black Vader helmet, but the original prop was made in white. So I pulled a white copy so that I can paint over it.
You know, it's interesting because the models, they did the exact opposite. They painted everything black and then painted white over that.
Yeah.
Is there anything you haven't been able to obtain yet that is on your list?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of things I haven't been able to obtain. But I mean, there's nothing specific. I'm always looking for more Vader stuff that's related to production. That's the black casting that I made. And then the other one that's up on top of that one, that's the end result right there. That's
this
my
one?
finished.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a finished painted version of my original helmet.
Beautiful.
It's amazing, man.
Helmet. Yeah.
It's not rattle can, right?
No.
that was for Joel.
But no marble.
Yeah.
ones.
What
Nice.
kind of
Whatever.
What kind of paint do you use when you're painting? Are you trying to go like old school and use what they used, or you can't find that and you're like having to get the next?
There's a lot of rumors about the paints used for Vader. There's talk about Rolls-Royce paints and all this stuff. I try not to, think about it too much. So what you're seeing here is just good old automotive paint.
Yeah.
But the gunmetal parts are painted with Jesus. Can't remember the brand, but it's just model paint. I use model paint for that.
Okay.
But it's brushed on. You can see that it's actually brushed and not sprayed.
Crystal is thanking you. Juan, thank you for blessing us with your connection, for your art, and all of your amazing work.
Oh, thank you, Crystal.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Rosa says, I have no Vader helmets, not any helmets. I have an Adidas bicycle helmet. Yeah, we need to fix that, Rosa.
Yeah, we need to get you hooked up, Rosa.
Yeah. He was thinking Flowquill. Was it the Flowquill paints? Because they use that with the models.
Oh, man, is that the brand I'm using?
Because the Flowquills were the ones they would use on the trains, the model trains, and then they moved those into the Star Wars models.
That's not what I'm using.
It's not Vallejo.
No, it'd be something like Duplicate
Vallejo.
Color.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't remember the name of the brand. I'm going to be completely honest. The A New Hope helmets, I use a very crappy brand because it's gotten me the best results to match what we see on the screen.
So it puts the right kind of crappiness on it.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it.
If you look at the A New Hope helmet throughout the movie, you start seeing more scratches on it, and it was all just brush painted. I can't remember the name of the brand that I'm using, but it's a really crappy brand, and the way it brushes, because if I buy some really awesome brand from nowadays, it's probably going to brush on really nice, and it's going to be smooth, and it's going to level itself. And I didn't want that. I wanted something that would give me texture, that you could see the brush strokes, and that it could like scratch off easily, like we see on screen.
And we had the good shit back then in the day. Stuff that really stank bad, that made you dizzy, and all the good stuff. Just saying. Now it's like everything's controlled. You can't have this, can't have that. You have to be 18 to buy model or
at least in
paint
California
now.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of restrictions in California right now.
Oh my God, it's been crazy for a long time. I used to spray lacquer all the time, and just to go get it, they had to keep changing it because California would change their VOCs that they wanted or whatever. You could buy it in Arizona or Nevada, but you couldn't do it in California. So it made it tougher for the finishes to be more durable.
You can't even buy naphtha in California, right?
You can't.
That's
it's illegal.
crazy.
Yeah, stupid.
Is there a specific reason for naphtha not being sold in California?
Somebody's probably huffing it or something like that. I mean, the whole thing with that is just let them do it. It thins out the herd, with the whole process. If you're going to be stupid enough to do that, then we'll see you later. But yeah, it screws all the rest of us up with the good products because we can't get them because somebody's being stupid.
Yeah.
But they think without going to, I feel like California thinks, oh, we're the ones that are going to save the entire world. So we're the only ones that are going to do it. But next door, everybody else does whatever they want. Nobody seems to care. It's like, just let it go,
Nothing
man.
here, man.
Just let it go.
No, so that was cool, Juan.
That was
Thanks for
pretty
sharing
That
your
was
collection.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh no, thank you guys for inviting me. It's awesome. I haven't looked at my stuff in a really long time. I'm always so busy. No, but it's awesome to get to talk about it and share the information with people.
Yeah.
I get a lot of questions about Vader on Facebook, and I always tell people when it comes to Vader, I'm always really happy to help people have doubts on who to go with to buy their next Vader helmet, or if they're looking for something specific. I'm always really happy to just answer questions.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's a good way for people to get a hold of you for questions? Your Facebook, your Instagram?
Facebook is usually your best bet. You can direct message me if you want. Instagram. When it comes to props, that page that you were sharing, that's where I talk prop with people. My other Instagrams are for art.
Nice. Well, so I know we're at 2 hours and 11 minutes. We do have collection pickups. So Juan, if you want to hang out with us and see what people in the community posted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
let's do it.
I'm to kill. Hell yeah, hang around.
Hell yeah. So
That's awesome.
let me see.
I
I don't
ended
know
up
if
making another drink. I'm empty.
you're empty.
Oh.
That's funny.
Come on, Brian, fill it up.
Hurry up.
What?
right.
Get on it.
Let me find it. So,
that's cool.
All right. So this is the Spice Runners Lounge weekly pickups. So community threads. So thank you everybody.
There's never any activity in this group. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of rubber
thanks
blasters.
for those that participated in this. So first up, Andy Myers.
This is the Spice Runners. You, the Spice Runners out there. This is your show right here. That's what it's all about.
So Juan, Andy Myers has like original pieces that he's put together and probably has the most realistic Boba Fett blasters out there.
Yep.
Yeah, they're pretty badass.
Jeff Sage got a sail barge.
Well, this is the model kit that he's getting, right? This is the one you ordered, Jeff?
Yeah. It's I mean, I'm stacking up on models right now. I need to start painting.
You're stressed right now because where the hell are you going to put this?
Well, it's going on.
Figure it out.
It's going on that whole clone.
No, we don't talk about that. We don't
talk about that.
Yeah. Save that for another day. Behind the scenes conversation.
Yeah.
So this is the one Andy's been fixing and repainting because I guess this was for someone in the group and it showed up broken.
Jason Nemiroff.
Jason Nemiroff, that's right. So Andy took the project on to rebuild it and restore it.
That's so cool.
Looks good. Good job, Andy.
Yeah, man.
AJ Perez got a Regal Robot CZ3.
CZ3, yeah.
Nice, dude.
You ever get anything CZ3, Juan?
I've been really tempted. Like, I really do love this sculpt, and the one that Regal Robot offered is amazing. But nope, sadly, I don't have it.
Would you rather have the Death Star droid? The R7?
R7. R7.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at both of those, there is a little bit of Vader in both of them. If you look at the shape of the mouth and the eyes and all that stuff, you can tell that the design was derived from the mask.
There she is.
MCAS working on some furniture here, some old cabinets. He Star Wars them up.
That looks cool. It actually
Looks
it
good.
looks good. It looks in universe, and it's kind of Death Star panel-y. See that shape, that trapezoid?
Yeah, you did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
So Mandy got Shirot. That's a hard hot toy to get. Sucker sold out quick.
Joel, how many you got?
One.
One.
Wow.
I'm gonna make.
It's rare.
I'm gonna make bays though.
Oh, nice.
Bays Malbus.
Todd Freeman. Some mods and weathering for Z11.
Rubber Blaster.
Nice. Good job, dude.
Very
Billy,
cool, Todd.
Billy got some Gentle Giant. Bo-Katan. Nice. He got an artist proof, too. That's cool.
And a helmet. And the Boba Fett above it. That's a good setup.
And then Juan found this somewhere.
This is the Home Depot Yoda, but with the Ruby's mask on it.
Oh, he swapped it out.
Yeah, look at that.
How did he make the Ruby's mask move like that?
I don't know. Glued it down, or it stuck right, or something. Because I guess the Home Depot figure does this, moves and turns, and somehow the mask wound up working.
That's pretty cool.
That's actually pretty cool.
Alexander, he got something from Jason Props. Nice Mandalorian helmet. That looks freaking nice. That paint app.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, good job, man. Congrats. Santi got a hot toy. Mandalorian Night Owl. You getting these, Joel?
Is that one of the Death Watches?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like, I don't know, 8.
Oh, you bought 8 of these down, dude.
I'm selling a couple today, tomorrow.
Ian,
hey, Brett.
Got some of these
Brett, you lose
Emperors he's
Jurassic
making.
Park, you have less money for collectibles, man.
This one lights up.
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
saw this midweek and I was like, holy shit, that is
You
badass.
put sounds in them too if you want sounds.
Damn.
I want it motion activated, so when you walk up to it, the lights go yellow, and you go,
You can
oh,
do it.
crap. Yep.
All I got was a
Hey,
book.
right? Hey, Darth Vader.
That was my entry for the week.
I got I got a book.
I got some more stuff. Oh, I got some more stuff in there later.
There's Rex,
That's cool.
That is
That's cool.
the droid head.
Jason broke down and bought a
No,
prequel
man,
figure.
this was waitlisted and it converted after like 2 months.
Oh, that's
Did it?
awesome, man. Congrats.
Nice, dude. See, I got it right away. I was like, I'm buying it.
Dude, if the face sculpt is half as good as what is shown in pre-production, I'll be happy.
So this was a winner thanks to Joe Hazy. He got it pretty quick. I know Brian's happy about it. Dwayne Ali got a
Mission Fleet.
something. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
what is that?
Mission Fleet. It's a toy. It's a Mission Fleet, and it's the Bo-Katan setup. These are actually kind of cool, and they're getting better as far as being in proportion. But we have a lot of these in our Christmas tree. I'm just saying.
Oh, they're little tiny
Find
things.
a snow speeder.
Mm-hmm.
Our buddy James got the Han and Chewie. He found this on a good price.
Nice.
See, Dwayne
Evan,
Oddly.
do you still have those in your Millennium Falcon
Yeah,
setup?
yeah, they're in my Millennium Falcon. Those guys are. I'm a die, and they're gonna stay in there.
See, these are all Mission Fleets. So the
So are these
Vader, yeah,
like
then the
micro
Bo-Katan.
machines?
No, they're bigger than that. They're
Oh.
it's a whole nother line. It's almost like in between Mission Fleet or the what is it? Is it the Mission Fleet, the Action Fleet, and like not Play School, but
They're about 2 inches tall.
yeah. But some of the shit they're getting better. Like I've got the Slave 1. It looks great. The Falcon looks great. You know, some oversized parts on them, but they look cool. That's cool.
What is
Hera.
this? Like Gentle Giant?
Mm-hmm. And did I hear that they announced a Hera hot toy?
They did.
Wow.
You should see the ass on it.
That. Do you have the choice to pluff it or keep it flat or
It's
So
like
Matt-
that's the accessory.
Yeah, Matt got his sideshow, so that's cool.
Congratulations. Rogue 5 whatever it is.
Cantina?
Cantina hit 69 subs.
69. So Miles got his Disney lightsaber.
Yes,
That's
you
cool.
can. It's still up. Our Christmas tree is still up.
Oh, Mojo got this.
Nice.
I don't know who makes this.
It's a custom. I forgot who made it.
That's a Zion art.
Is it Zion?
Zion, yeah.
I know he's been like waiting for this for a while.
Yeah, they did a couple iterations of it, like back and forth.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll go with it.
Animated.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, NYC. What did he put in here? Final pieces here. Dope.
Okay,
'cause
so
he's-
in the background, look at the pictures in the background.
Yeah, that's part of his other product line, the artwork.
Yeah, that's really cool. This is Michael's? Yeah.
Yeah, Michael. So so there's a different website that he has for this stuff. It's printed art on a frame.
Mm-hmm.
But that's his Halloween costume. It's gonna be Boba Fett.
Oh, and then George is going to be Mando, and they're going to
Yep.
pal around. And
Yep.
hmm
Wow.
wow,
It's funny. And Camila
that looks
got
cool. I
some-
like the
some
camera,
cools.
the
Yeah.
Blue Harvest, the 3 or the
That's
4.5. Yeah, that's really cool. Cool little display.
Yeah, it's a good setup. Santino got something. What is it, Gentle Giant?
Jingo.
Dude, props to Santino. This is a piece that's been out there for like probably 6 years at this point.
Damn, it's still available, or you just probably found it in the wild?
Oh, it's still available.
Is it? Wow.
R2.
Michael Black got of Attack of the Clones R2.
Nice. It's a good looking R2.
Oh, yeah.
George and I both got these this week.
So tempting because of your video and George's video, man.
But I still
dude.
wonder with this whole thing, right? Is it, George brought up the point that I was thinking the whole time, is it a copy of another manufacturer?
I know.
Because that's what they used.
Oh yeah, it's
So let's
definitely
say-
a copy of a core band for something.
Yeah, that's what I say. KR made the original. EFX made a copy of the KR one.
But the
that
bigger point is
KR
that
made
they
the
were
copy of the
faithful.
other one. You know what I mean? It's like this.
But
You
they
want to talk about
faithfully
lineage.
reproduced whatever was used on set. That's
Right.
the funny thing is they were
Mhm.
faithful to what was used.
Yeah, so if it had a profit
That's
board or
cool.
whatever, then
That's
Find out it's a core band you could get for $150, and they're charging you $500.
Austin Johnson, yeah, it's looking
This
good,
is.
man.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
see this thing. This thing's been coming along amazing from Austin. It's 1/6 scale A wing.
It's all scratch built for the most part.
Massive. Yeah.
Oh,
Jason-
who's this guy?
Who's
Jason
that?
Hill,
Jason Timothy Smith.
Ah.
got a Joe Hazy custom.
How many handies did that cost you?
That's in a Vesta, so it's
Wow.
huge. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The detail in this is insane too. I don't know how the hell Joel even.
Well,
Made
just swapping out the horns on the Facebook. This is the
I
episode
love it,
one.
dude.
Episode 1 Hot Toys Darth Maul, right?
Yes.
Well,
He said yes.
J2SO has
Yeah,
been
definitely.
pining after this thing ever since he saw it. So I'm stoked to see him finally get it.
Yeah.
I know it
Yeah,
cost you some
great.
trade stuff, but I'm stoked to see you finally get it.
Yeah, we did some trades, and
Mhm.
this will be one of the last things I ever get rid of. So this thing's awesome.
Thank you.
Nice work, Joel.
Joe's always killing it.
Yeah, right.
So Justin Jacobs is making these ornaments.
He's killing it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
because they're Stormtrooper and R2 and
He kind of teased it
X-Wing.
here, but this is
Yeah.
the free gift if you order anything from him.
oh, that's cool. Scout
Yeah.
Trooper. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Free
And these
spice
work
from him.
agnostic of your own religion, right? It's wintertime, so they all
Oh,
fit
cool.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I like
all-
I like
I
the
call it
tie and
Christmas.
the X-wing.
The
Yeah, those
X-Wing's
are
I know,
awesome.
right?
Oh.
But they're
Definitely
cool.
clever.
The,
yeah.
the Mando one's cool. Yeah.
All
I
the
look at it like this.
faces.
Whether if you celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever, you can
Yep.
still hang these things wherever you
Stick
want.
those on your whatever you want to stick them on.
They could probably be good earrings too.
Mhm.
I was thinking the same thing.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Totally.
He printed a few things.
I like these.
Brian, I caught the reference. Good call.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shower curtain.
Those
ring.
aren't
Shower
two
curtain rings.
pillows. Yeah. What?
Some Hot Toys.
Love it.
Matt Hess, he's like, oh, I pre-ordered this guy.
Oh.
Damn. That thing is going to be how big? 42, 48 inches long?
Who
How much
cares?
was this thing? 'Cause
That's cool.
1800, 1900 bucks. You haven't even gotten, you haven't even gotten into shipping.
Yeah, man, that's so cool.
Shipping
Okay,
is
so
like
if
$800.
you bought this, do you display it by itself, or do you have to have the 1/6 Hot Toy figure in it?
Oh, you got to put the figure in it.
You
You gotta put it in.
You have to
there.
have the artisan version with the fluffy hair, obviously.
There you go.
I
With his hair
I'd get-
blowing.
I'd probably
You get a
get the old.
$2,500 display.
Santino got his Django. Nice. Michael Black's getting the autograph.
Oh, sweet, Matthew Ward.
Oh, I wonder where that's
Talking
happening.
about a Christmas tree. We can't take it down because they have nowhere to put all the shit that's in it. It's
Does
a
he
display
know?
at this point.
So you got his head sculpt from Solo Bones for Chewie.
Great
This looks
scene.
good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Working on a new chair.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Look at how big that thing is. I mean, seriously.
They're big suckers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, I think, got something.
Some Black Series helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tried
dude,
to
what's
get the
going on with
ketchup,
your
the
wife? She's
mustard
like a
one.
major enabler the last 2 weeks. Just tell her to stop, okay? I don't
Just stop. I'm trying. This I got. This is what I got. So this is the Return of the Jedi kit. The Micro Galaxy comes with 2 TIE interceptors. Comes with Lando and Num Num, as I call him, Num Num.
Num Num.
2 green guys. Yeah, that guy too. And the Falcon's different. So it was like, yeah, let's get it. Comes as a whole kit.
That's
Nice,
cool.
man.
So I thought it was kind of cool.
Oh, I guess I missed a call. I think Benjamin was trying to call. Let's see.
He knows you're on the show. Come on.
Yeah, what's he doing?
He's probably with Joseph. Logan. Nice. Quarter
That
scale.
looks cool with the picture above it.
Benjamin sent me some pictures from the auction.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. If we have time, go ahead and share them. David Boudreau, man, he's great with these pictures.
Oh,
I
man.
love that mud
know.
trooper, man. That thing's so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, that is good.
Solo had so many good designs that, it got seen for little snippets.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Here's another good
Agreed.
example of proper photography. Good job,
Mhm.
David.
Did you, Evan? Did you see David's post on Instagram where he was like, "I didn't realize I was collecting signatures," and then all of a sudden he went around the room. And he's like, "Yeah, this year I've collected a lot of signatures."
Yeah, that was funny.
That was like me when I didn't realize I was collecting lightsabers.
Yeah. All of a sudden you're like, "Shit, I got a lot
I
of
have
them."
4 of them. Yeah.
2 dozen later.
Yep.
Elijah
Right.
Flux.
Nice.
Go with the Ahsoka
Channel
finally.
Diet. Channel Diet. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, to go with this. Okay, finally, yeah.
And that's it. Got to the bottom. So yeah, thanks guys for sharing. It's,
Nice.
Wow,
Awesome.
that's quick.
oh yeah, I sped through them for sake of time.
Because we're at 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Good job, Evan.
I didn't post anything. I have my comics. That's about all I got this week.
Oh, well, Joel would like to see those, so let's
Nope.
talk right now.
Wants to see the.
Well, I got the 4 plus the 1 in 25 of whatever Mando number 5 season 2.
Nice. I love it.
Nice.
Mhm.
So that comes to the conclusion of our show, I guess. Once
all
again,
good.
Juan, thank you
Yeah.
for
Thank
storytelling
you
tonight.
so
and
much,
sharing.
man.
Thanks, Juan.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys for having me. Always fun to share information and share pictures.
Well, I think
Yeah.
with us, most of the time our jaws were on the floor going, what? I mean, it was just.
It's just you have a different focus and such a unique collection. That's
Mhm.
what I love to see sometimes because we a lot of times we have overlap, but I mean you've got a very very unique focus. So thanks for sharing.
Thank you guys.
Heck yeah. I didn't realize how many screen used props you had and
I know, right?
all these casts. I was like, oh man. So that was cool to hear all
Well,
the stories.
The whole thing with the lineage, like he's like, no. It is important to some people and where you want it to be, but He explains why, and it makes sense. I think that's how we all kind of look at lineage. When you can say, yeah, it's film screen used.
For us, like it's just cool for me to hear about that. I don't want to like test it against anything else and make it the mic. I just want to hear about what you got.
Yep.
You know?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, so
I just hope I didn't piss off Santino too much.
Well, it's like my wife said this. This was an F-bomb free episode.
Yeah.
What?
What the
Juan,
fuck?
we had a full episode that we call the FF episode because it was that bad.
We gotta behave. We got a guest tonight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Can't scare him off.
Sergio. Made it
Hey,
shift a little
Sergio,
bit better.
happy to do it, man.
Hey, I hope the cake is awesome tomorrow.
Right?
I don't know if you heard the beeping, but she's done baking it. Now she's got to decorate it. I'll let you guys know.
Take pictures. We must see.
How-
Put it
how
in
old
the
is
next
your-
collection
is
feed.
your child with the birthday?
What's that?
How old is your child with the birthday?
He's turning 9.
Oh,
there you
nice.
go.
Wow.
And he
Guys,
loves Mario.
Dubak has a 9-year-old.
I got a 9-year-old, so I can just tell you, be prepared for a lot of mouthiness and you know.
Mine are
I know.
22
Especially if it's Puerto Rican, dude.
There you go.
Yeah,
Here's
I'm Mexican,
Santino.
and he still doesn't fear me. I don't know why.
Santino.
Not at all. You have a real lineage, not a copy of it, and then call it lineage. Yep.
Oh, like the RS Prop Masters. I think the Bauschaum is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That
But
whole
that
thing
one does
got
have some
so
lineage.
stupid and out of control. It's
But it
like, who
does have some
cares, you
lineage.
know? Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
give us lineage? That's great, but are we going to complain and bitch about it? Shut up. Move on.
Yeah.
You know, do you want to buy it or not? Do you like it? Yeah. Buy it. Shut up. You know. Either way, you shut up. That's how I look at it. You just shut
Right.
up at some point. So it's all good.
Yeah, so
At
that's
the end of the day, you buy what makes you happy, man.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like we have the luxury of being able to find all this stuff now and buy this stuff now. So just enjoy it. Don't get caught up in the weeds and the bullshit. It's just like, just enjoy what you enjoy. Just buy them. You know?
Yeah, collect what you like. You know, collect what you love. What are you into? You like this? You like that? You think it's cool? Buy it. Enjoy it. Don't let it. I agree. Don't let anybody else knock you down.
For yourself at this point because
I
we
did
never
put
had
money down
this
on
before.
Hera tonight. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Buy Hera. Buy that ass, and just go for it. Enjoy it.
If you saw those photos, you saw what they did, right? They did.
I did.
They did take an ass shot.
They did enhance it. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm wrapping it up. So this weekend, Sunday, catch Rogue 5 Cantina.
The
9 p.m.
Niners.
Eastern. Yep, Jedi Niners going to be under Elijah
Flex.
Flex, Joe.
Collection
Oh,
cool. James
yep.
collects.
Can't wait.
Tom
That's gonna be
Solo.
awesome, man.
Yeah, so check that out. 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rogue 5 Cantina. And then don't forget, follow Juan everywhere.
Right, Zeno, so did I.
Follow Juan Fernandez on Facebook. Follow him on Instagram.
Yes.
Just follow him everywhere.
Thank you so much for sharing, man.
Yep.
Thank you for the shout out.
There goes Santino, Marvel, Vader.
This is the fourth one.
On that note, good night, everybody, and we'll see you
All right,
next
guys.
Friday.
Have a good one.
Have a good
Good night,
weekend.
you guys.
Bye, y'all.